Good afternoon and welcome to Pirates Digital Media. It's softball time here at North Central Missouri College. Today, the North Central Missouri College Pirates host Missouri State West Plains, the Grizzlies. Let's begin with a look at Missouri State West Plains. West Plains comes into today's Twin Bill 1-7 on the season under first-year head coach Bree Brooks. She's assisted by Mackenzie McCullen. The Grizzlies are currently riding a 6-game losing streak. On Thursday, they dropped 2 games, falling 8-0 in 5 innings to Elgin Community College, and then 11-3 in 5 innings to Iowa Western. Last Saturday, West Plains also lost a pair of games at Arkansas State Newport. They fell 11-1 in 5 innings in the opener, 11-7 in the opener, 11-7. Comes into today's Twin Bill 1-7 on the season under first-year head coach Bree Brooks. She's assisted by Mackenzie McCullen. The Grizzlies are currently riding a 6-game losing streak. On Thursday, they dropped 2 games, falling 8-0 in 5 innings to Elgin Community College, and then 11-3 in 5 innings to Iowa Western. Last Saturday, West Plains also lost a pair of games at Arkansas State Newport. They fell 11-1 in 5 innings in the opener, 11-7 in the second game. In that second contest, the Grizzlies actually produced 16 hits, but defensive struggles and 11 runners left on base proved costly. Ironically, their lone victory this season came February 20th in Branson when West Plains defeated Arkansas State Newport 10-4. Offensively, the Grizzlies have actually swung the bats fairly well early in the season. As a team, they're hitting .359, although their opponents have hit .493, which kind of helps explain the early record. Kylie Rudd has been one of the most effective bats so far. She's hitting .571 with a .700 on-base percentage. Emma Tinnan has also been strong offensively, hitting .500 through the early part of the year. Another key hitter is Kennedy Ross, who's batting .444 and has the team's only home run, while also driving in 3. Macy Botch is hitting .278, brings speed to the lineup with 2 stolen bases, while Hadley Wilson has contributed a .333 average and 2 RBI. In the circle, West Plains has used 4 pitchers so far this season. Kennedy Ross has made 2 starts. Miley Estes has appeared in 4 games. The Grizzlies have also turned to Amelia Jenkins and freshman Michaela Hill as they look for consistency in the pitching staff early in the year. Let's take a break now, and we'll come back with a look at the North Central Missouri College Pirates.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to North Central Missouri College.
Hello, I'm Dr. Lenny Claver, the president at North Central Missouri College. We're a growing college. Our reason for growth and success and the satisfaction of our students, as well as our faculty and staff, is based on something we call uncommon attention. We pride ourselves on providing uncommon attention to our students, and our faculty have bought into that. And I'll just tell you one thing, it works.
Welcome back to our pregame show. Now, let's turn to North Central Missouri College. The Pirates enter today's doubleheader 4-6 on the season under head coach Sarah Van Dyke in her 5th year and Marissa Buckaloo, the assistant. North Central is coming off a difficult trip on the road Thursday at Kansas City, Kansas Community College. The Pirates were swept 10-2 and 16-3. In those two games, North Central was out-hit 32-8. They committed 6 errors on the day, something they certainly look to clean up today. However, there is some recent history working in North Central's favor. The Pirates were 4-0 against Missouri State West Plains last season. They'll try to continue that success here this afternoon. Offensively, North Central has several hitters off to strong starts. One of the biggest bats in the lineup has been Alex Endicott. She's hitting .444, 2 home runs, 8 RBI, and carries a slugging percentage over .800. Ireland Bloss has also been outstanding at the plate, batting .419, 2 home runs, and a team-leading 11 RBI, along with 4 doubles. Another key run producer has been Kaylor Hodge. She's hitting .400, 2 home runs, and 10 RBIs, giving the Pirates another power bat in the middle of the order. The Pirates also get strong production from Emma Lisenby, who's hitting .417, and Reagan Lojas, who's hitting .375. Speed is also a factor for North Central. Mila Laws leads the team with 6 stolen bases, and she hits .313. As a team, the Pirates are hitting .335, 9 home runs, 63 RBI through their first 10 games. In the circle, Emma Lisenby has carried much of the workload. The sophomore now 4-1 with 3 complete games in 7 appearances this season. Freshman Skylar Sunderland has also seen significant innings with 4 starts, while Ireland Bloss and Mila Laws have also appeared in the pitching rotation. So, as we get set for softball here this afternoon, both teams are looking to bounce back after recent losses. Doubleheaders can make that momentum shift pretty quickly. We'll see if the Grizzlies can stop their losing streak or if the Pirates can continue their success against West Plains to get back on track this afternoon at home. Stay with us. The first pitch of the game between Missouri State, West Plains, and North Central Missouri College is coming up next on Pirates Digital Media.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Red Line hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
Scholarships make a big difference in the ability to attend school. Whether you're a first-generation student, a normal matriculating traditional student, or an adult student who sat out or not been to college at all.
Should you have any questions, you can always contact the Financial Aid Office. We're located on the NCMC campus. You can reach us by phone at 660-357-6513, or you can email us at financialaid@mail.ncmissouri.edu.
Scholarships help immensely.
Good afternoon and welcome to Griffin Field in Trenton, Missouri, the home of North Central Missouri College softball, where today the Pirates will be taking on Missouri State University West Plains. The Grizzlies are 1-7. The Pirates now are 4-6. I am Rick Cole, and it is a pretty nice day considering the weather we've had over the last week or so. The winds are going to be a factor, but the temperature will be fairly decent. Right now the high is predicted to be 65, and we're kind of sneaking up on that as 58 degrees is our temperature at the moment. I am Rick Cole, and today we'll see a couple of different programs. West Plains is just in their 4th year of existence and their 2nd year at the Division I level in NJCAA, while the Pirates have been battling to get into the postseason, deeply into the postseason. They have started out this year 4-6. They were swept at Kansas City, Kansas on Thursday. Missouri State has 1 win on the year. That was February 20th against Arkansas State Newport. They won it 10-4 at Branson, and then Arkansas State Newport came back and beat them twice later in the season. Here's the starting lineup for Missouri State University West Plains. They'll be facing Skylar Sunderland of the Pirates, who comes in 0-3 with a 7.56 ERA. Sunderland will be facing Hadley Wilson to start out, and then after that in the second hole, Macy Bosch will be the hitter. The third place hitter is Gail Fansler. She is the third baseman as well. Emma Tinnen is the catcher, hitting fourth. Kennedy Ross will be the starting pitcher today and hit fifth. The first baseman is Kylie Rudd. She is hitting in the sixth spot. Number 7, Michaela Hill, the left fielder. Cameron Elliott is the right fielder, hitting eighth. And Trista Simpson is the shortstop, hitting ninth. The flex player playing second base is Grace Bell. So those are the starters in the batting order for Missouri State West Plains. Bree Brooks is their first-year head coach. Mackenzie McCullen is also in her first year for the Grizzlies. For the Pirates in the circle, as we've talked about, Skylar Sunderland, 0-3, a 7.56 ERA. She has pitched 25 innings. This will be her fifth start of the year. She's given up 45 hits, 9 walks, 9 strikeouts, so she lets her defense do the work in back of her. Kennedy Ross, as we mentioned, will be the starting pitcher for the Grizzlies. She's 0-1 with a 9.88 ERA. Only 5 2/3 innings in the books, 18 hits, 17 runs, 8 of those earned. She's walked 3 and struck out 1. I don't believe we're going to have a national anthem today. We don't have a PA announcer either. And as you can see, we have just one camera today. That's because our equipment is split up a little bit differently with the rainouts and the movement between fields. The Pirate baseball team will play tomorrow. We're set up for that, and we're doing a single camera broadcast over there of the game between Redlands and Iowa Central. The Pirates play Iowa Central tomorrow after defeating Redlands twice yesterday in Kansas City. So taking the circle here is Skylar Sunderland. She is a 5'4" freshman from Fayette, Missouri. As we said, looking for her first win of the year, a 7.56 ERA, and she will be working with Trinity Alderman behind the plate. The third baseman is Ella Barnett. Ireland Bloss is the shortstop. At second base, Cora Thompson, and at first, Karis Bernard. In the outfield, left to right, Kaylor Hodge, Alex Endicott, and Katie Pearson. That's the defense for the Pirates. As we mentioned, it is windy. The wind is blowing in from right field, more or less, across the diamond toward third base. And so we'll see how that plays into things here as we get ready to go. Hadley Wilson will be the first hitter. Hadley is hitting .333, no homers, and 2 RBI, and here we are. And there's a strike called by Ethan Hare, the home plate umpire. You can hear how windy it is. That wind will, if anything, get a little stronger through the day, they say. Toward left field, Hodge there for the Pirates has no problem with the wind, and there's one out. So 1 up and 1 out, leading to Macy Bosch. Bosch is a .278 hitter. No homers, 3 RBI. She is a freshman from Boerne, Missouri. Sunderland with a changeup, strike 1. And 2 strikes on her. So no balls and 2 strikes for Skylar Sunderland. Skylar pitched against Kansas City, Kansas on Thursday in the second game. In that game, she was the starter and the losing pitcher, going 2 2/3 against a pretty good Kansas City, Kansas team. 10 hits in her 2 2/3. Now 2 2 on Macy Bosch with Gail Fansler waiting on deck. Just underway here in a doubleheader, as always in softball. I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but Boss has a little bit of a split grip, which we've noticed a couple of players in the last couple of years have used. The 2-2 pitch coming from Sunderland. And a high strike called by Ethan Hare, and there are 2 outs. So Bosch goes down looking. 2 quick outs here for the Grizzlies against Sunderland of the Pirates. Fansler, a 200 hitter. She's the only player on their roster that's been hit by a pitch this year. I'm not sure what that means, but she's the only one. Hitting 3rd in the lineup. Two balls and no strikes. Wilson has gone down flying to left field for the Grizzlies. Macy Bosch just took a high strike 3. And now that check swing by Fansler will roll foul. West Plains on Thursday lost to Elgin Community College 8-0 in 5 innings. Then they lost to Iowa Western, always good, in 5 innings, 11-3. Last Saturday, 2 losses at Arkansas State Newport. Now 3-1. That's a team that West Plains beat for their only win of the season. But as Bree Brooks said, that was a 32-degree day, the second game that Newport had played. And the Grizzlies kind of snuck up on them that day, but not the next 2. Now a 3-2 pitch. That's going to be a tough play. Ella Barnett will make a strong throw across, and that's just in time before the out. So a perfect inning for Skylar Sunderland here in the first, as nobody on base for Missouri State West Plains. We are going to the bottom of the first inning. The Pirates will get their first chance to hit when we come back after this. Kennedy Ross is a 5'7" sophomore from Marshfield, Missouri, and she gets the start here against North Central. Alex Endicott will lead it off for the Pirates, playing center. Then Trinity Alderman, the catcher. Ireland Bloss, the shortstop. The cleanup hitter, Kaylor Hodge, the left fielder. Karis Bernard is at first base with Ella Barnett behind her. Sunderland will be the pitcher, hitting 7th. Katie Pearson hits 8th. And after that, it's Cora Thompson. No score, no hits in the top of the first inning. Now the Pirates will try to get the ball rolling behind Alex Endicott, who's hitting .444 for a team that's hitting .335. Right on the black, strike 1. Ross has thrown 5 2/3 innings, has allowed 8 runs, earned runs. She has walked 3 and 1 strikeout in those 5 2/3. We'll give you the defense here in just a moment. Before we tell you, Alex Endicott will be our guest between games today at the break. Toward right field, where Cameron Elliott comes up to make the catch. So Endicott flies to right for the first out. Here's the rest of the defense. In the outfield, Macy Bosch is in center, and in left, Michaela Hill. Around the infield, it's Fansler at third base, Simpson at short, Bell at second base, and Rudd at first. The catcher is Emma Tinnen. Trinity Alderman is next, a .222 hitter, and she takes a high strike. And we've seen that so far from Ethan Hare, the home plate umpire. Remember the punch out of Bosch in the top of the first inning? Big changeup, and that's looping towards center field, and a catch. Yes, it is. And a fine catch it was in center field by the center fielder, Macy Bosch. So 2 up and 2 down, including that great catch. And Ireland Bloss is the hitter, a .419 hitter. She leads the team with 11 runs batted in after 10 games in the year. That got her on the elbow, and she'll take first base. So Bloss is the first runner of the game. Kaylor Hodge, the freshman, comes up hitting .400. She's got 2 home runs, and she's knocked in 10. The wind again is blowing in from right field. Anything hit toward right, as we saw with Endicott's ball, will be shoved back down pretty quick. And a look at first base. Ireland Bloss has stolen 2 bases, has not been caught this year. That's line to right field, and they will not catch this ball. And all the way to third base is the throw, and that allows the hitter to go to second base in ahead of the throw, and dropped anyway by the second baseman, Grace Bell. So Hodge, a single, allowing Bloss to go all the way to third base. Hodge goes to second on the play at third. And the Pirates have runners in scoring position here for Karis Bernard. Bernard is kind of a hit-or-miss kind of hitter. She has a home run and 7 RBI, a .308 average. And a strike, again, a little bit on the high side and right on the black. Endicott flew out, so did Alderman on that nice catch by Bosch in center. Bloss was hit on the first pitch on the elbow, and now Hodge has singled. That's inside, and the count's 1-1. Karis Bernard, the sophomore Ross, changes it up and misses inside. Bernard is from Lee's Summit, Missouri. Lined right to the first baseman. Kylie Rudd makes the catch, and that will do it in the inning for the Pirates. A big play by Rudd at first base with 2 left on base for the Pirates. So after 1 inning of play, no score from Griffin Field in Trenton.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Maker. Reach out to your high school counselor. They're going to be made aware of any scholarship opportunities within your community. Additional resources for scholarships are Missouri Scholarship Central. That's actually a portal that you can create an account with. Based on your profile, it will actually send scholarship opportunities to your email that are tailored to your profile. As they add scholarship opportunities all throughout the year, you're going to receive emails when those opportunities apply to your profile.
Pirates softball going on today here at Griffin Field, and at baseball we have a game that does not involve the Pirates, but the Pirates will be playing one of those teams tomorrow, Iowa Central. And we are streaming that without any commentary and without any sound at all, as it turns out. But here we are live using just one camera today with the switches in locations of games and times and all of that stuff. It was just a whole lot easier to do it this way. First hitter for Missouri State West Plains is Emma Tinnan, the catcher. She'll be followed by Ross and Rudd against Skylar Sunderland. Sunderland got through the first inning with a strikeouts, 1-2-3 inning, and She starts strong here with a strike on the inside corner after delivering a ball. So the Pirates have runners at second and third in that inning and couldn't get the big hit they needed. It was pretty well hit, as is this ball that'll drop and roll up against the fence. Digging for two is Tinnan, and the throw high. She's in with a double. So Emma Tinnan, who leads the team with now 7 hits, doubles to lead off the second inning. Now the Grizzlies threatened, and their hitter will be the pitcher Kennedy Ross, who's hitting .444 and has the only home run this season for the Grizzlies. That's a foul tip for strike one. Little looper behind the third baseman. It's going to drop in front of Bloss, and now first and third. It didn't have much on it, did it? But just enough to get over the head of Barnett and away from Bloss. Tinnan will end up at third base, and so now the Grizzlies have runners at the corners and nobody out for Kylie Rudd. Rudd's hitting .571. Well, she looks like a hitter, doesn't she? Those black gloves. And that went up just a little bit. Rudd has a 1.41 OBS. Hitting .571, as we said, and a chance to give the Grizzlies a lead here. There's a ball just outside. 2 balls, no strikes in the top of the second inning. Signs from Trinity Alderman. Hard hits, 1-0 Grizzlies. So the base hit an RBI to Kylie Rudd. And the Grizzlies jump on top with Tinnan scoring. Ross ends up at second base, and Rudd has her third RBI of the year. Michaela Hill, the left fielder, has only had 2 at-bats this year. She has 1 hit. Takes ball 1. Grizzlies came up last night and stayed overnight before playing this doubleheader today. It's a long trip from West Plains to here. That is going to be hit through out to the center fielder, Endicott. They're waving the runner, and the throw way high. Here now is a chance to advance, and that's exactly what the runners will do as the Pirates get a little bit sloppy with the softball and throw it over everybody's head. RBI on a single by Hill, her first of the year. That scored Ross. Rudd moves all the way to third, and behind her, Hill now at second base on that ball that was way above everybody's head in the infield. And just a fundamental mistake defensively. So at 2-0, the infielders gather and try to support the freshman Skylar Sunderland. Number 8 hitter Cameron Elliott is up for the Grizzlies. She's a .333 hitter, but has only had 6 at-bats. But she has driven in a run. Grizzlies have come out of the van swinging. They have 4 hits in this inning, after going down 1-2-3 in the first inning. A mile high back by the backstop. Alderman can't hold on to it. That ball lands in fair territory, but only after Alderman touched it in foul territory, so that's a long strike. So unusual on this field, and really any softball field, to see a pop-up behind the plate because the plate is so close to the backstop. And Alderman had that one in her glove, just couldn't hang on to it. Let's see if it hurts the Pirates at all here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cameron Elliott, the hitter. That's hit toward right field. Coming in is the right fielder, Pearson. The runner tagging, coming, and the throw is there in plenty of time. And the runner from second advances to third. So Pearson throws out the runner, Rudd, trying to tag. It goes 9-2 for the first out of the inning. Make it the second out of the inning. The fly out to right is the first. Moving to third base is Hill, and the hitter is Simpson, who hits it over to the third baseman, Barnett, who makes an easy catch on that, and the inning comes to a close. But 4 hits in the inning and a couple of runs for West Plains here in the top of the second, and they take a 2-0 lead. Partners with North Central Missouri College Athletics include Pettijohn Ford, now offering low upfront prices and no hidden fees on every vehicle in stock. Grundy County Lumber, your authorized local steel dealer. St. Luke's Health System. St. Luke's unique combination of clinical excellence and compassionate care makes them the best place to get care. BTC Bank, agriculturally minded, service-oriented, and driven to strengthen the communities it serves. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Bank on the go with Farmers Bank mobile app. West Plains picks up 2 runs in the top of the second inning, and now the Pirates will try to answer as they face Kennedy Ross, who had a tough late part of the first inning. She put runners at second and third with 2 outs, and the Pirates weren't able to score. Now Ella Barnett will try to get it started for the Pirates. Ella hitting .214 this year with a homer and 3 RBI. The wind again is only going to get stronger. They say gusts will be up to 30 miles an hour. Right now, the average wind is at 15 and growing a little bit stronger. 1-1, the count to Barnett. Sunderland will hit next for the Pirates, and then third in the inning will be Katie Pearson, who made that nice throw to the plate to retire the runner tagging from third base last inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that is fouled away. That was a lot of noise. I don't know what happened, but it sounded like somebody slipped on the metal bleachers. Hope they're okay. Barnett waiting. Soft one right back to Russ, who's able to knock it down and end up throwing out Barnett easily. So 1 out, leading Skylar Sunderland to the plate, a .294 hitter. Sunderland is a freshman, as we said. She is stepping up for the first time in this doubleheader with no homers, 4 RBI. Hits that one hard, but again, foul. Emma Tinnan is the catcher for West Plains. Ross peeking over at the dugout to Bree Brooks and Mackenzie McCullen. I think they also wear armbands. Right down the middle and fouled away again. No balls, 2 strikes on Sunderland. The Pirates have 1 hit and 1 batter hit by a pitch so far. Hodge had the hit in the first inning and ended up at second base. Bloss hit by a pitch, ended up at third when the inning ended in the first. Change up, little looper, and it'll drop. So Sunderland gets a little bloop single to right field, and she is on with 1 out. Katie Pearson is due up next. Pearson is a freshman from Richmond, Missouri. She had a triple in the second game at Kansas City, Kansas on Thursday. And that one is called a ball and said to be a little low. And Emma Tinnan has the same thought I had. Was exactly where was that again? Not to second guess the umpire, Ethan Hare, a bit. That'll go just out of the reach of the third baseman, Fansler. A good try by Gail Fansler. Abigail, she's listed as on the roster, but just out of her reach. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sunderland at first base after a bloop single over the first baseman, Kylie Rudd's head. Pearson is the hitter. The throw down is over the top and backed up by the right fielder, Rudd. And now thrown away in the infield, and that's going to allow Sunderland to go to second. My goodness. So no error on the catcher's throw, oddly enough, but an error on the right fielder relaying that ball back in. And Sunderland ends up at second base for Pearson, a count of 2-1. Wind taking that a little bit. It bounces up against the fence. They're going to hold Sunderland at third base, but the hitter goes all the way to second on a double. So Pearson is able to double a one-hopper off the fence at left. Sunderland, I assume, had to wait a little bit to see if that ball was going to be caught. And at the last moment, Sarah Van Dyke, coaching third, was able to throw up the hands and keep her there, leading Cora Thompson to the plate with a .263 average as the Pirates look to strike back against the Grizzlies here in the bottom half of the second. Pirates have 3 hits now in the game, 4 hits for the Grizzlies. And Ross back to work against Thompson. West Plains has not had a lack of hitting in their 1-7 mark so far this year. As a team, they hit 300. So to see them put up some runs, not a big surprise. Now they've got to see if they can stop North Central. And Thompson has a count of 2-1 on her with Alex Endicott waiting on deck. 1 out. Ross ready, Thompson ready. Right down the middle for a strike, 2-2. Second and third for North Central. They've had 2 hits in the inning, 1 error made by the Grizzlies. And now Ross battling against Thompson with those runners in scoring position. Right up the middle, that's going to score 1. Let's see if they'll wave the second runner. Here comes Pearson to the plate to throw short, and down to second base on that plate of the plate is Thompson with 2 runs knocked in. It goes as a single, plus with the throw to the plate allows her to go to second base. Sunderland and Pearson score to tie it up. And the 2 RBI now for Cora Thompson give her 7 on the year. And still in business with Alex Endicott stepping up to the plate with 1 out. There goes the runner from third, and no chance for Tinnan to get a throw off, so it'll be a stolen base for Thompson. Endicott with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. She flew out to the right fielder, Elliott, her first time up. Hits that one well. That'll drop in. Another run is going to score. Endicott cutting the bag at first and will go into second base, an RBI double. So the Pirates have responded well here after giving up 2 runs in their half of the second inning defensively. A 2-run single by Cora Thompson, and now an RBI double by Endicott. Pirates leading by a run, and that's going to bring the head coach out. Bree Brooks is going to make the pitching change. We will take a break as well as the pitching change is made here in Trenton.
North Central Missouri College is a 2-year public community college offering associate degrees and certificate training. We offer a transfer degree for students planning to attend a university in pursuit of a 4-year degree. We also offer associate and applied science degrees and certificate programs which prepare students for employment. North Central Missouri College offers small class sizes with a student-to-instructor ratio of 19:1. We also feature dedicated academic and student services staff who are invested in the success of each student. You are welcome.
The new pitcher is the left fielder, Michaela Hill, who comes in here. And Trinity Alderman at the plate takes ball 1, now ball 2. She looked to bunt her first pitch. That got the defense scrambling a little bit, but Alex Endicott at second base stayed put. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Pirates had scored 3 in the inning, just 1 out, and Alderman flew out to center, but a great catch by Bosch. And that ball down low, Tinnan lassoed it down by her feet. As near as we can tell, the left fielder, Hill, has switched with the pitcher, Kennedy Ross. We'll try to confirm that here in a bit. Toward the dugouts, and the count goes 2-2. Yep, that's exactly what's happened. That is Ross that's out there in left. And the line on Kennedy Ross, 1 1/3 innings. She's given up 3 runs and is responsible for Endicott. She hit a batter, didn't strike out anybody. That's hit well. The shortstop, Simpson, has it go off the heel of her glove. That'll be an error, and everybody's going to be safe. Endicott on to third base. So the second error of the inning. And still just 1 out. Island Bloss is the hitter. She walked last inning. First and third, Pirates leading it by 1. Michaela Hill will allow the runner to go to second base, Alderman, as the pitch misses outside. So second and third for Bloss. Michaela Hill, a freshman. This is her 4th appearance of the year. Line to the second baseman, just off the glove of Bell. 1 run comes in, and that's going to be it. Bosch again on her horse to get to that ball. It'll be a single by Bloss and an RBI. Endicott scores. Going to third base is Alderman. And Bloss has another RBI, and for her, that is her 12th of the year leading the team. Now Kaylor Hodge. There's a strike up a little bit. The runner will go without any kind of defensive effort. So Bloss is at second base. Back to Hill, a 0-0 record. 3.2 innings pitched and a very high ERA, 11.45. That's on the outside corner, and a gracious corner it was. Hill in her 3 2/3 innings has given up 4 earned runs, 7 hits, walking 4, striking out 1. And she is in relief of Kennedy Ross here in the second. Went fishing for it after getting that big strike on the last pitch, and Hodge ends up swinging and missing for the second out. Karis Bernard is the 9th hitter to hit in the inning for the Pirates, who have put up 4 runs here. 5 hits in the inning for North Central. Bernard in the first inning lined out softly to Rudd at first base. She has a chance to drive in 2 here. She has 7 RBIs so far this year. And a good stop by Tinnan. The inning started with a innocent enough soft liner to the circle, dropped but picked up, and Barnett thrown out easily. Then single, double, error, single, strikeout. Three balls, no strikes. First base open. On deck is Barnett, who led off the inning. And ball 4. So the first walk by Michaela Hill is the first walk in the game by Grizzly pitchers. The starter, Ross, walked a hitter in the first inning. And now Barnett. Bases loaded for Ella Barnett, who has driven in 3 this year. She's a 5'9" sophomore from Macon, Missouri. 1-1. 2 runs in the second inning for the Grizzlies. Now 4 in the bottom of the second for the Pirates, and a chance for some more here. Change up by Hill. A look at the dugout, and now Tinnan relays the signs as well. Just low and away. No room at the end here for Michaela Hill in relief. Bases are loaded. So a good hitter's count, obviously, for Barnett. See what she can do with it. 3-2. So a moment of truth for Michaela Hill and for Barnett. And just missing it to force in a run. So the walk to Barnett is an RBI for her as well, her 4th of the year. That allows Alderman to score, Bloss to third, and to second base, Bernard. A ball to Skylar Sunderland, who singled and ended up scoring earlier in the inning. Pirates lead it by 3 and have the bases loaded, but there are 2 outs. That wind is becoming a real factor. Hill to Sunderland. Toward the shortstop, Simpson hesitates, and just in time at shortstop. Sunderland out on a fielder's choice as Barnett is forced out, and the inning finally comes to a close. Pirates, though, get 5 runs, and they come back after giving up 2 runs in the top half of the inning and lead it by 3 after 2 complete. All right, Central picks up 5 runs on 5 hits in the last inning to take a 5-2 lead. And now back into the circle, Skylar Sunderland for the Pirates, and facing leadoff hitter Hadley Wilson. She's going to drop one into left field for the 5th hit of the game for the Grizzlies. So a single for Wilson. She's 1 for 2. Macy Bosch will be next. Bosch has shown her defensive ability so far in this game. That one gets away, and it'll allow the runner to move up. So Wilson moves to second base on a wild pitch by Sunderland. Trinity Alderman looks for a sign from the dugout and then takes the pitch down low. It's Alderman behind the plate, Ella Barnett at third, Ireland Bloss at short, Cora Thompson at second for the Pirates, Karis Bernard at first base. That's down low. In the outfield, Kaylor Hodge left, Katie Pearson in right, Alex Endicott in center. After 2 complete innings, 2 runs, 4 hits for the Grizzlies, make it 5 hits now. And for North Central, 5 runs on 6 hits. In this first game of 2, 3-1 to the hitter. Bosch struck out looking her first time on a high fastball, and now will draw the walk. And the Grizzlies have 2 on base here to start the inning. Last inning, they got a double, a single, another single, and a third single in a row to score their 2 runs. RBIs for Rudd and Hill in the top of the second for the Grizzlies. Number 3 hitter, Gail Fansler, is the hitter. She grounded out to Barnett her first time. Sky high, foul territory, and right there to catch it is Hodge. Nice play on a tough ball. Not only is the wind blowing that ball, but the sun is absolutely alone in the sky, bright blue sky, and that ball was way up there. So the first out of the inning on the good catch by Hodge in left. Tinnan doubled to left and scored a run her first time up. One ball. The final line on Kennedy Ross's pitching performance for the Grizzlies, 1 1/3 innings. She gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. Hit a batter, didn't strike out anybody. And in 2/3 of an inning, Michaela Hill gave up a run and a hit and a walk. And got a strikeout. First and second for the Grizzlies, 3 balls and no strikes to Emma Tinnan. Tinnan now hitting above 500 with a double last inning in limited at-bats. Right on the edge and a strike. Tomorrow it's baseball, North Central Missouri College against preseason number 8. Iowa Central Community College starts at noon. That's another walk in this game. We're starting to get a bunch of them now. Second in the inning by Sunderland. Wilson moves to third, Bosch to second. And with 1 out, Kennedy Ross is the hitter, but it'll have to wait until Sarah Van Dyke visits with her pitcher in the circle, Skylar Sunderland, the freshman. Well, you've probably heard this by now, but on Friday night in the district championship game, North Central Missouri College's men lost at Arkansas State Mid-South 86-69. It has been a rare occasion that the Pirates have made it to the district playoff and not won, but that's a tough place to go play, Arkansas State Mid-South. Congratulations to them. They move on to the national tournament. Also, congratulations to Pirate Genesis Bethea for taking 5th place in the NJCAA Indoor Nationals. That was completed yesterday. Men's and women's golf open their season tomorrow. And baseball won twice over Redlands yesterday, as we mentioned earlier before. They're number 24 in the preseason. The next and first poll of the regular season comes out, I think it's on Monday, tomorrow. There is a strike to Kennedy Ross, who singled and scored her first time up. 2 runs in the top of the second for West Plains. 5 runs in the bottom of the second for the Pirates, so now the Grizzlies threatening again here. That's hit off the end of the bat, coming on hard, making the catch is Hodge. Runner tags, and it's in plenty of time as Alderman is able to put the tag on Wilson. So the second out of the inning, and in this game, that's the third out of the inning with the catch. The second time a runner has been thrown out at the plates in this game, so no damage done for the Pirates, and the visit to the mound seemed to pay off a little bit for Sarah Van Dyke. No run score. Pirates come up next.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Maker. Reach out to your high school counselor. They're going to be made aware of any scholarship opportunities within your community. Additional resources for scholarships are Missouri Scholarship Central. That's actually a portal that you can create an account with. Based on your profile, it will actually send scholarship opportunities to your email that are tailored to your profile. As they add scholarship opportunities all throughout the year, you're going to receive emails when those opportunities apply to your profile.
Skylar Sunderland got herself into a little bit of trouble in the third inning, but able to wiggle out of it after giving up a hit and a walk. She got a fly out to left, then a base on balls. But Kennedy Ross flew out to left, and Kaylor Hodge came up throwing and threw out the hitter at the plate, Hadley Wilson, and the score remains 5-2, North Central Missouri College. Back to the circle goes Michaela Hill. Hill has given up one run on one hit in an inning, in 2/3 of an inning of relief. And so the Pirates hit here in the third inning. And the first hitter will be Katie Pearson, followed by Cora Thompson, and then Alex Endicott, 8-9-1 for North Central. Thursday, the Pirates swept by Kansas City, Kansas. They were out hit by KCK in the first game, 14-4, and made 3 errors. Out hit by KCK in a 16-3 loss. Made 3 errors again. Only got 4 hits. KCK 18 hits in that game. And like I said, KCK is pretty strong. Sarah Van Dyke conferring with the home plate umpire Ethan Hare, who's working with Zach Knox today. And it looks like they're going over the scorebook, the lineup card. They've got a calculator there and probably maybe a slide rule if they need it. So we'll see what this is. Usually something like this means there's a batter out of order. I believe it was Skylar Sunderland that grounded out to end of the inning. They may have made a switch or something. We'll see. We'll have to go through it or try to figure it out as we go through it here to see who the hitter will be. By my count, it should be Katie Pearson. And it is Pearson hitting, so we'll have to wait and see if that's some kind of a change that shows up later on. Boy, we miss Philip Wilson, but he's not here. Here's Michaela Hill delivering a strike. Pearson doubled in the second inning and ended up scoring a run ahead of a double by Cora Thompson. Oh, a big changeup and a big check swing. Strike 2. Tough way to get a strike. Pirates last year against West Plains went 4-0. As I said, the Grizzlies are building their program. A couple of years ago, they had a really nice year. Then they moved into Division I, and that's made a big difference. But again, a 4-year program. Bree Brooks is in her first year as the head coach, 3 years as a physical education teacher and head softball coach at Alton High School in the Big Spring Conference, in which she was a coach of the year. Down in the dirt, and the throw made by Tinnan for the out. One out in the third inning. Cora Thompson had a 2-run single and a stolen base in the second inning. That was against the starter, Kennedy Ross. That's hit pretty well, away from the right fielder, knocked down by Cameron Elliott. And around first base, headed into second without a throw, is Cora Thompson. So Thompson 2 for 2. Give her a double on that one as it was knocked down by Elliott. And Thompson didn't hesitate. She was on her way with that play right in front of her and made it easily. 7th hit of the game for the Pirates. They have out-hit now West Plains 7-6. And Alex Endicott, who had a RBI double last inning, is the hitter. Alex will be our guest. There's a delay steal in the throw. They recognized it well, but the throw just a little bit late. Stolen base for Thompson. Pirates love to do that. That's a Sarah Van Dyke trademark. Thompson's 6th stolen base of the year. She hasn't been caught yet. And as they say on the field, look out, they may steal your wallet next. Strike to Endicott. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Change up, top. Third baseman Fansler will go to first. The runner will hold. So Fansler, a nice play at third base. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Trinity Alderman got on an error last time and scored a run. In the first inning, it was center fielder Macy Bosch who came up with a diving catch to retire her. Pirates have a runner at third, but 2 outs. And a brick wall back there in the form of Emma Tinnen. Fansler at third. Trinity Simpson is the shortstop. Grace Bell is the flex player playing second base. Kylie Rudd at first base. Michaela Hill to the plate towards Simpson. And she makes a strong throw across in time for the 6-3 putout, and the inning comes to a close. So a start for the Grizzlies, but they couldn't finish it up, and the Pirates shut them out the Grizzlies shut out the Pirates in the 3rd inning. Back with the 4th in a moment.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It worked! Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
Good match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row.
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Remember, this doubleheader will be on demand immediately after the 2nd game at piratesdigitalmedia.com. If you want the box score of the game and other highlights, check out our website, ncmcpirates.com, later in the day or possibly tomorrow. Back in the circle for the Pirates is Skylar Sunderland, who has gone 3 innings, given up 2 runs on 6 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. Pirates lead it by 3. And the first strike to Kylie Rudd, who had an RBI single in the 2nd inning. It was her 3rd RBI of the year. Rudd has done a good job getting on base for the Grizzlies. As we said, her OBS is 1.41 coming into the game. She'll be followed in this inning by Michaela Hill and Cameron Elliott. Trinity Alderman calls the pitches for the Pirates. That ball is blasted. Is it going to stay fair? I don't think so. It's just foul. As the left fielder, Kayla Hodge, who can go get the ball, but she'll have to go get it deep in the baseball corner of the field. A short fence here in front of the baseball home run fence at Griffin Field. Toward right field, Katie Pearson, right in her tracks, makes the catch for the out. I'm not sure if you can tell, but here in the softball complex, what they do in the wintertime is they put a mat down with seeds, and it's a grass growing mat, and that's why the off-colored marks are out in the spots where the outfielders stand. The worn-out area is still there. Grass hasn't grown there very well, but it's a new grass surrounding what used to be a lot bigger hole, for all three outfielders. Michaela Hill with a strike on her. She had an RBI single in the second. Out of play there, 2 strikes. Michaela Hill is from Greenville, Missouri. She is the starting left fielder, moved into pitch. A freshman. One out, 1-2 pitch. And still 1-2. Cameron Elliott will hit next. Elliott flew out to right her first time. A new softball for Skylar Sunderland. Two balls, 2 strikes. Defensively, Barnett at third, Bloss at short for the Pirates, Thompson at second, Bernard at first, Hodge, Endicott, Pearson left to right across the outfield. That'll be short. Here comes Endicott, who catches it for the outs, and there are 2 down. The wind was blowing it away from her, and Hodge was in the area ready to make that catch if necessary. But Endicott covers a lot of ground, and she talks about that in our interview, which we'll have between the games today. Cameron Elliott flew out to right her first time, takes a shot at that one. 6 hits for the Grizzlies. Nobody on right here with 2 outs. On the infield, calling it Barnett, and that will do it in the inning. 3 pop-ups, including 2 to the outfield and 1 to the third baseman, and that is the inning for the Grizzlies. After 3.5, the Pirates lead it by 3 runs here at Griffin Field in Trenton, Missouri.
Ready for more? Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Red Line hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
We'll have baseball tomorrow for you here on Pirates Digital Media. Iowa Central Community College and the Pirates. The 2 7-inning games start at noon tomorrow. Baseball is playing right now, but it's not North Central baseball. It's Redlands Community College against Iowa Central. It's a new deal that Donnie Hillerman started with bringing 3 teams in. One team plays another one on the first day, then the second team plays the third on the second day, and 1 and 3, if you will, meet on the third day. Got a little messed up with the rain. Pirates had to go elsewhere than their home field to get their games in yesterday, but now everything is back on schedule, except it's a day later than originally planned. Ireland Bloss has a single and has been hit by a pitch. She drove in her 12th run of the year in the second inning. There is a shot to center field. That's about as well as you can hit a softball. A line drive up the middle for her second hit. So the 4th inning starts out well for the Pirates with Bloss on base. And now Kaylor Hodge, who is 1 for 2, is the hitter. Second game will begin about 30 minutes after the completion of the first game. And in between those games, we'll have the interview with our center fielder, Alex Endicott. Bouncer toward the hole will go through. Another base hit as Ross is up with the softball, and the Pirates in business here with now 8 hits. Bloss ends up at second base, and the hitter is Karis Bernard. She has lined to the first baseman, and she has drawn a base on balls. Pirates are 4-6. West Plains 1-7. This is a regional game for the Pirates and the Grizzlies. Bernard is from Lee Summit High School. Went to Lee Summit High as opposed to North. The other they got Lee Summit North and Lee Summit West. Last time I had heard. Hit hard, same exact place, it goes through. Runner coming around, a chance for Bloss to score, cut off, and the Pirates score another run. RBI for Bernard is her 8th of the year. Bloss scores, Hodge goes to second base, and runners at first and second now against Michaela Hill. Pirates stretch the lead to 4. Ella Barnett, after 3 straight singles, steps into the box. And she hits one on a line, but right to the right fielder, Elliott, who makes the catch, nobody going nowhere. Well hit, but right at Elliott for the first out. Skylar Sunderland has singled and scored a run. She's also hit into a fielder's choice, so she's 1 for 2. A .294 average to start out the game today. And a start in the circle. Toward that hole again, and again it gets by Simpson. A runner to the plate. The throw will be cut off again, and the Pirates score another run as Hodge scores on the single by Sunderland. So 4 hits in the inning. Bernard is at second base. And now a march to home plate by Bree Brooks. The RBI to Sunderland is her 5th of the year. Bernard earlier had an RBI. I think we said it's her 8th. And the pitching change is going to be made here as Michaela Hill will come out. And it looks as if coming in is Miley Estes, who does pitch for the Grizzlies. So we will take a timeout as the pitching change is made. Be back in a moment. Partners with North Central Missouri College Athletics include Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Bank on the go with Farmers Bank mobile app. Pettijohn Ford, now offering low upfront prices and no hidden fees on every vehicle in stock. St. Luke's Health System. St. Luke's unique combination of clinical excellence and compassionate care makes them the best place to get care. Grundy County Lumber, your authorized local steel dealer. BTC Bank, agriculturally minded, service-oriented, and driven to strengthen the communities it serves. Reliever Michaela Hill ends up going an inning and 2/3, giving up 3 runs. She allowed in the time she was on the circle or in the circle 5 hits and walked 1, struck out 2. And now Estes comes on to take her place here with 1 out in the 4th inning. First hitter to face her is Katie Pearson, runners at first and second for the Pirates. Pearson has doubled and struck out, but took an extra throw to retire her and a ball in the dirt. And now she faces Estes. Took a chop at that one, but came up off the mark. Estes has appeared in 4 other games this year, has no record, 5 2/3 innings, 17 hits, 14 earned runs. She's walked 3, she's struck out 3. And a low pitch smothered by Emma Tinnan, who's had her hands full down in the dirt so far in this game. In the inning, 3 straight hits for the Pirates to start off. Then a fly out Actually, a line out by Barnett and an RBI single after that. So RBIs for Bernard and Sunderland. And that's a foul ball. And now Pearson, who was hitting .280 coming into the doubleheader. 1 for 2 in this game so far. Cora Thompson likely will get a chance to hit next. She is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. So the Pirates trying to make some noise here in the 4th inning. Right to the third baseman. Fansler is able to catch it and turn the double play. A fly out to the third baseman, and then to the second baseman, it's a double play. And indeed, Thompson will not get a chance to hit as the inning comes to an end. But for the Pirates, 2-run score in the inning, and they take a 7-2 lead.
We're for road trips. We're for hitting up Arthur Bryant's for lunch and making it to Lambert's for dinner. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, steel horses, and real horses. Have you ever hit a deer? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck in traffic and 6-lane freeways that aren't so free. We're for Missouri license plates. No, medals of pride. Like us, no two roads are alike, but we're all connected. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missouri driver, we're for you.
How about Miley Estes coming on for the Grizzlies, getting a double play ball to get out of the inning after relieving Michaela Hill. Pirates, though, get 2 runs in the inning on 4 hits. So now they have a total of 7 on 10 hits against Grizzly pitching so far in this game. For the Pirates in the circle, still Skylar Sunderland, who will pitch the number 9 hitter, Trista Simpson. And Simpson is not in the lineup anymore. They've got a pinch hitter here. This is Grace Bell. So Bell is the hitter here in the 5th inning. Bell is the second baseman and flex player, or was. So now she gets a chance to hit. So far in this game, 2 runs, 6 hits for the Grizzlies, 7 runs, and 10 hits for the Pirates. Easy enough for Sunderland, who gets the first out. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs in the 2nd inning. And then the Pirates came up with 5 in their half of the 2nd inning and 2 more last inning. Hadley Wilson has a single and a fly out to left. Alderman remains behind the plate for the Pirates. In the outfield, Kaylor Hodge in left, Katie Pearson in right, and Alex Endicott in center. High again. Barnett at third, Bloss the shortstop, Thompson at second base, Bernard is the first baseman, and again, Alderman behind the dish for North Central. Now 3-0. She got a comebacker by Bell, but now Wilson has a 3-0 count. Wilson a .333 average coming in. No doubt about that one. Bree Brooks is the first-year head coach of West Plains. She's coaching at first base. Kenzie McCullen coaching at first, and Brooks at third, I should say. That's going to fall in there. Maybe extra bases. Wilson around first base. Endicott will throw, and the ball is there in time, but underneath the tag is Wilson. Pretty good throw by Endicott. Made it very close, but it's a double for Wilson. She's 2 for 3, and 7 hits now for the Grizzlies. This one coming as 1 out. Runner going to come in to take the place of Wilson. And that's Carrie Bosch, the sister of Macy Bosch, the center fielder. And Macy is the hitter at the plate also. Pulled off that one and has one strike. She's the one that has that split handle grip. Boy, that grip goes all the way back to before the 1900s. It was the kind of the original grip that came up through Major League Baseball, at least at that time. I really haven't seen anybody at the Major League level do that recently. And this isn't exaggerated or anything like that. It's just maybe a 1-2 inch gap. Maybe it's a slap hitting technique. That could be. Bosch has struck out and walked in this game. A 1-2 count. Little chopper that dies in the dirt. Strong throw across, and the out recorded on the Bloss to Bernard throw. 2 outs. The runner moves to third base, Wilson. And the hitter is Gail Fensler, who turned that double play to end the last inning. She's grounded to third and lined to left. Skylar Sunderland to the plate. Changeup hit high in the air. Let's see if Endicott has enough room. She does not. And it's a 2-run home run for Gail Fensler. So on this day that the wind is blowing across, Fansler hits one to left center field for a 2-run blast. And that makes it a lot closer with a couple of runs coming in. Should be 7-4. And I'm sure they'll change that here in a moment. And 2 outs. That is the first home run and the first RBI, I believe, for Fansler. And now Emma Tinnan, the number 4 hitter, is the hitter. She has a double in the game. That should be handled on the infield. Thompson calling for it behind second base, and that will do it in the inning. But a 2-run home run by Gail Fansler for the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies strike here in the top of the 5th.
To Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Banking made simple. With online and mobile banking, you can check balances, make transfers, pay bills anytime, anywhere. Visit onlinefarmersbank.com to get started. As a locally owned, FDIC insured bank, we believe in more than banking. We believe in community. Your growth is our mission. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Grizzlies come up with 2 more runs, just as they did in the second inning. A 2-run home run by Gail Fansler, her first of the year. Along with Hadley Wilson's double, they have now 8 hits for their 4 runs. Pirates will try to answer as they did in the second inning. They'll start out with the number 9 hitter, Cora Thompson, to face reliever Miley Estes. Estes came in after Kennedy Ross won an inning and a third. Michaela Hill won an inning and 2/3. And now it's Estes who is the pitcher in the circle for the Grizzlies. So in the 5th for the Pirates after Thompson, it'll be Alex Endicott and Trinity Alderman. Thompson today has singled and driven in 2, and she has doubled and stolen a base. So she's had a fine afternoon. Bottom of the 5th inning here with the Pirates leading West Plains. Miley Estes in the circle. Changeup right in there. Estes is from Charleston, Missouri, and Thomas W. Kelly High School. She pitched in relief against Arkansas State Newport in the first game of the doubleheader. No decision in that game. She went an inning and a third, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, struck out 2 and faced 6. In the second game of the doubleheader, she again pitched in relief. No decision there, an inning and 2/3. 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 10 batters faced. 2 strikes on Cora Thompson. That will fall in there for a base hit, and the Pirates are in business in the 5th. Thompson 3 for 3. She had been the leadoff hitter early in the season, but moving down to number 9, which a lot of coaches, most coaches feel is the second leadoff spot in the order. She has gone 3 for 3 today with 5 total bases. Alex Endicott moves into the leadoff spot. She has an RBI double, now looking to sacrifice. Here comes the third baseman's throw. Runner all the way to third base as in there as she goes from first to third on a sacrifice. Well done by the runner, Cora Thompson. So a sacrifice for Endicott, the first out of the inning. And Thompson goes all the way to third base. How about that? Now Alderman will try to drive in the runner. Trinity 0 for 3 in the game. Tinnan makes the good stop again. Wind a factor today, blowing up to 30 miles an hour across the diamond from the right field side into the third base dugout. Estes to the plate. Again, Tinnan having to block the ball. Emma Tinnan is from Kennett, Missouri, a freshman. A high strike to Alderman, who dramatically waits and considers where that pitch was. Ireland Bloss waits on deck. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Thompson at third base with 1 out. On the block, strike 3 called. Down goes Alderman. And the second out of the inning, the third Pirate to strike out in the game. Ireland Bloss has singled in her last 2 at-bats. She's also been hit by a pitch in this game. Drove in a run. There's another pitch toward the outside that's called a strike. Bloss comes into the game with a .419 average, but a 1.214 OBS. Hitting in the number 3 hole, as you might imagine. Hits that one hard toward left field. Ross turns and looks, and it is gone by a pretty good distance. A 2-run home run. Ireland Bloss, her 3rd of the year. And the Pirates jump out now 9-4. The home run and the RBI are number 13 and number 14, and that's going to knock Estes out of the game. And so we'll have another pitching change made by West Plains. We'll take a break here, and we will wait to see who the new pitcher is when we come back.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Maker. Reach out to your high school counselor. They're going to be made aware of any scholarship opportunities within your community. Additional resources for scholarships are Missouri Scholarship Central. That's actually a portal that you can create an account with. Based on your profile, it will actually send scholarship opportunities to your email that are tailored to your profile. As they add scholarship opportunities all throughout the year, you're going to receive emails when those opportunities apply to your profile.
Every piece of land has a story. written by those who work it. Like the Caggianos, who are brewing their own legacy. Or the Wrens with their drama-free plot. Tranquil and serene. The Upshaws, they DIY all the time. While the Nelsons play lead in their own adventure, 150 years in the making. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us and start telling yours.
New pitcher is Amelia Jenkins, who comes in here with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Pirates, though, have a 2-run home run, and now the ball fouled away by Pirate Kaylor Hodge. Hodge has a couple of hits in the game. But a 2-run home run by Ireland Bloss a moment ago drives out Miley Estes, who gave up 2 runs and 5 hits, I believe it is, in an inning and a third. So 4 different pitchers in the game for the Grizzlies, which is not unusual if you look through their box scores. They don't wait very long before making a change, and they try to find somebody that can stop the bleeding. They've just had some solid pitching, but not great pitching. That one's playable, and the catcher Tinnan makes the play for the out. So again, the reliever does a good job coming in right away and getting it out. Last time it happened was that double play when they brought on Estes. So the Pirates get a 2-run home run, but that's it. And the inning closes after 5. The Pirates 9 and West Plains 4. Kennedy Ross will lead it off here for the Grizzlies as we go to the top of the 6th inning and pops it up toward Endicott in center field, who has no problem with that one, and a quick first out. After 5 complete innings, 4 runs for West Plains on 8 hits. The Pirates have 9 runs on a dozen hits. Skylar Sunderland is the starting pitcher, still in there for the Pirates, and faces Kylie Rudd. That one's hit pretty well. It's going to drop in front of Hodge, and there's a base hit for the Grizzlies. Like we said, they can hit the ball. There's no question about that, but we've also seen that their pitching is adequate but not super, and so it seems like they are chasing the lead a lot. Into the game to hit is Jenkins, making her first plate appearance. She came in as the pitcher last inning and faces Sunderland for the first time. Gets that one well. It's drifting foul with that wind pushing it especially, and it lands foul. 1 strike to Jenkins. That's hit hard off the glove of Barnett, and everybody going to be safe, and that's going to be a single on a hard hit ball. I'm going to point out for the 39,000th time, I am not the official scorer, but I'm giving that a single. And now with one out, runners at first and second. Cameron Elliott is the scheduled hitter. Let's see if she's still in there. She is, and fouls that sacrifice attempt away. Elliott 0 for 2 with a couple of pop-ups. But Skylar Sunderland has only walked one. She's only struck out one and given up those those 4 runs on 8 hits. And just out of the reach of Barnett. Again, we're single camera today. We'll be multi-camera at baseball. It was a question of how much did we want to move stuff and plug stuff in, first starting where we thought we were going to be at baseball yesterday, actually Friday. Then softball moving their game, then baseball moving their game, and then moving another game. So it got to be a little bit of a problem guessing what was going to happen next. We finally settled on one camera here, which was going to be a bonus game. And we'll do our full production tomorrow. That is a ball outside. The throw is in time, but the tag is not on target. Well, that's unfortunate, as Alderman made a good throw and Bernard just couldn't get the tag in. Cameron Elliott, 2 balls, 2 strikes against Sunderland. Up the middle, that's going to move the runners up. Endicott up with the ball, and the bases are loaded on 3 consecutive singles by Grizzly hitters. First, it was Rudd, then Jenkins, and now Elliott. Bases loaded, 1 out. And hitting in this spot again is Grace Bell, so she'll make her second trip to the plate. She hit one right back to the circle her first time up. Strike 1. 2 runs in the second inning for West Plains, 2 runs in the 5th inning, and now the bases loaded. Pirates got 5 in the second, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Out of play. Grace Bell is from Millington, Tennessee, a 5'8" freshman. She faces freshman Sunderland in the circle, and that's 0-2 is way wide. Bell hitting .333 on the year, at least coming into the game with 1 RBI. To the circle, they'll come to the plate, get one there. Alderman's turn is in time for the out. So the Pirates turn a double play. It goes 1 to 2 to 3, and the inning comes to a close on that double play, matching the one by the Grizzlies earlier in the game. Pirates and Grizzlies move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Partners with North Central Missouri College Athletics include Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Bank on the go with Farmers Bank mobile app. Pettijohn Ford, now offering low upfront prices and no hidden fees on every vehicle in stock. St. Luke's Health System. St. Luke's unique combination of clinical excellence and compassionate care makes them the best place to get care. Grundy County Lumber, your authorized local steel dealer. BTC Bank, agriculturally minded, service-oriented, and driven to strengthen the communities it serves. Amelia Jenkins in the circle for the West Plains Grizzlies, University of Missouri West Plains, part of the Missouri state system, and members of Region 16 Division I softball for the second year. The hitters for the Pirates in the 6th inning will be Karis Bernard, Ella Barnett, and Skylar Sunderland. And Barnett's will go first here. Time called. And we've got a shortstop with a shoelace undone. North Central Missouri College announced this week that they have named Dalton Berry as the new Chief Information Officer. Originally from Trenton, he graduated from Trenton High. Then he chose to join the United States Marine Corps. Spent more than a decade in military service. And again, is the new Chief Information Officer at North Central Missouri College. Dalton Berry, welcome. Ball 1 to Bernard. Karras has walked, driven in a run with a single and line to the first baseman early in the game. 2 balls, no strikes. Pirates by 5 here. Grizzlies have used 4 different pitchers in the game. Nobody has gone more than an inning and 2/3. So I imagine we'll see the same set of pitchers in the second game. And there's ball 4 to Bernard, who walks to lead off the 6th inning. By my count, that's just the 3rd walk given up by Grizzly pitching. That's not been the problem. Pirates have hit the ball well, but so have the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have 11 hits, the Pirates have 12. Right down the middle to Ella Barnett, who walked with the bases loaded and has gone 0 for 2 besides that. Bernard on at first base. And straight back. 2 strikes. In the 7th inning for Missouri State West Plains, they'll have the top of their order coming to the plate. And even though a 5-run lead is fairly healthy, I'm sure the Pirates would love to tack a couple of more on. And strike 3 called, sending Barnett to the plate, or to the bench rather. That is the 4th Pirate to strike out in the game. So Bernard at first base for Skylar Sunderland, who has singled twice and hit into a fielder's choice. She has scored a run. And looking to pick up her first win of the season in the circle. Karras Bernard at first base has not attempted a stolen base this year. They'll sacrifice her instead, and that's a gorgeous bunt by Sunderland that moves the runner to second. So the sacrifice by Sunderland is the second out of the inning, and they'll leave it up to Katie Pearson. A double for Katie, a strikeout, and she's lined into a 5-4 double play. Jenkins trying to keep the Grizzlies within striking distance next half inning. Looks like Lillian Kindle is the new second baseman. When Bell came off the field as the flex player. 1 ball, 1 strike to Katie Pearson. Her double in the second inning led to her scoring. That was the 5-run second inning that the Pirates came up with after they were down 2-0. I think we're doing a weather check here and see exactly what's going on. It's 64 degrees. The high is supposed to be 66. I've always thought, like, in bad weather in schools, you know, you get out if it's snowy, or I think we should give days off for nice days. It's too nice to be in school. Let's take the day off. 64 degrees, headed to 66, sounds pretty good. Tomorrow, 73. Tuesday, 79. And the 3rd consecutive foul ball by Katie Pearson. At second base, Karis Bernard, who walked to lead off the inning. A strikeout and a sacrifice after that has her at second. Tinnan, again, has to field it out of the dirt to Katie Pearson. The way the wind's blowing, it'd be great to take tomorrow off and maybe fly some kites. I've been instructed to go fly a kite several times in my life. Pitch missed inside. And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. West Plains has lost their last 6. Pirates have lost their last 2. Somebody's going to come out of here with a win, and right now the Pirates have the upper hand. And Pearson continues to battle at the plate. Katie Pearson had a stolen base, was caught stealing at KCK and then tripled in the second game. She's a freshman from Richmond, Missouri. And fouls another one to the backstop. She is the daughter of Eric Pearson, wants to be a physician's assistant in the future. And evidently plans on beating backstop fences to death with foul balls. She's really good at it. Here's another 3-2 pitch. That one squared up and hit toward Bosch in center, who doesn't have to move very far and makes that catch for the final out of the 6th inning. Pirates get a base on balls, and Karis Bernard ends up stranded at second base to end the inning. And now the last shot for the Grizzlies in game 1 of the doubleheader.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It worked! Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
They match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row.
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Skylar Sunderland has a chance for her first win of the year as she will face numbers 1, 2, and 3 in the West Plains lineup here with a 9-4 lead. Hadley Wilson should be the first hitter, and it looks like she is as she steps in with a double and a single so far today. After 6 innings, 4 runs on 11 hits for West Plains. The Pirates have 9 runs on 12 hits. Here's Sunderland to the plate. That's near Trinity Alderman. Can she make that catch? I think she did. We were blocked because it was so close to the fence. She did make the catch. And so after dropping one earlier, she makes that catch up next to the fence as Alderman pulls it in for out number 1. Well, I've never seen that happen at this field before. There's a strike call to Macy Bosch. Sunderland has walked 1, struck out 1, part of a double play in this game. And not only looking for her first win, looking for her first complete game as a collegian. Bosch stands in her way at the moment. Bosch has walked, grounded to third, and struck out. Again, between games, we'll have Alex Endicott as our guest at the break. There's another strike. We'll regroup and be ready for the second game. It'll start about 30 minutes after this game. And Bosch takes that one way outside, and the count evens at 2-2. We saw, or didn't see, Alderman make that catch a moment ago. Barnett and Bloss on the left side of the infield. Thompson and Bernard on the right side of the infield. That'll slice into foul territory and just out of the reach of Kaylor Hodge in left. Alex Endicott is the center fielder, and Katie Pearson is the right fielder for North Central Missouri College, looking for their 5th win of the year. Bosch to be followed by Gail Fensler. Toward Bloss, the backhand, and a strong throw across for the out. So 2 up, 2 down, and Gail Fensler is the last hope for the Grizzlies. She is 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run in the 5th inning. Sunderland looks into Alderman, finds that strike. Gail Fensler came into the game with a 200 average, but has that big blast, the 2-run home run. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sunderland is from Fayette, Missouri. A 5'4" freshman. She gave up 4 runs in the second, she gave up 4 hits, 2 runs in the 2nd inning. Then she has spread out 7 hits after that, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. "3-1" pitch coming. And ball 4, so she walks her 2nd here late in the game. So 2 outs and 1 on. Emma Tinnen, the cleanup hitter, next, has a double and a walk in 3 plate appearances. And Sunderland trying to finish this one out. That's inside. One ball, no strikes. High in the air toward Hodge and left, backing up some more, and makes the catch, and that will end the game on Tinnen's high fly ball to left field. So the Pirates win it by a score of 9-4, and they go to 5-6 on the year. Totals and highlights coming your way in just a moment here on Pirates Digital Media.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to North Central Missouri College.
Hello, I'm Dr. Lenny Claver, the president at North Central Missouri College. We're a growing college. Our reason for growth and success and the satisfaction of our students, as well as our faculty and staff, is based on something we call uncommon attention. We pride ourselves on providing uncommon attention to our students, and our faculty have bought into that. And I'll just tell you one thing, it works.
Pirates are now 5-6 on the year, and West Plains falls to 1-8. It's West Plains' 7th consecutive loss, and the win by the Pirates breaks a modest 2-game losing streak after getting swept by KCK on Thursday. Here are some of the line score and the highlights. First, for the Grizzlies, they get 4 runs on 11 hits against Skylar Sunderland of the Pirates, who gets the complete game win and is 1-3 on the year. Her first collegiate win, her first complete game as a collegian. Skylar Sunderland for the Pirates picks up the win. The Pirates get 9 runs on 12 hits unofficially. Kennedy Ross started the game, but lost the game. She went an inning and a third. She's 0-2 on the year. They had 4 different pitchers in the game. Ross, Michaela Hill, Miley Estes, and Amelia Jenkins may all pitch in the second game too, you never know, as the Pirates win it against Kennedy Ross and crew. Offensively for the Grizzlies, RBI singles in the second inning by Kylie Rudd and by Michaela Hill. They got a 2-run home run in the 5th inning by Gail Fansler, and that accounts for their 4 runs in the game. The Pirates, on the other hand, in the second inning, they get 4 hits in a row, including a double by Pearson, an RBI single, or 2 RBI single rather, by Cora Thompson, who had a big afternoon, an RBI double for Alex Endicott, and an RBI single for Ireland Bloss, all in the second inning. Bases loaded walk for Ella Barnett in the second inning, ended the inning, or close to the end of the inning, before a fielder's choice ended it. In the 4th inning, the Pirates get 3 hits in a row, including an RBI single by Bernard and an RBI single by Skylar Sunderland. And finally, a 2-run home run in the 5th inning by Ireland Bloss. Bloss ends up with 3 RBI in the game. Cora Thompson had 3 hits in the game, 2 doubles and a single for her, a double by Katie Pearson, and several others that I guess we're probably leaving out here. But it all added up to a 9-4 win for the Pirates and 12 hits in the game. They are, again, 5-6, and the Grizzlies are 1-8 going into a second game. We will be back in just a moment with our At the Break feature, and then we'll get ready for game number 2. So join us in a minute as we get ready for an interview with Alex Endicott of the Pirates.
We're for road trips. We're for hitting up Arthur Bryant's for lunch and making it to Lambert's for dinner. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, steel horses, and real horses. Have you ever hit a deer? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck in traffic and 6-lane freeways that aren't so free. We're for Missouri license plates. No, medals of pride. Like us, no 2 roads are alike, but we're all connected. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missouri driver, we're for you.
Pirates win game number 1 of the doubleheader against Missouri State University West Plains by a 9-4 score. Game number 2 is coming up here, second game of the doubleheader. You won't have to do anything. You can look at this logo for a moment, if you will, and watch our interview here with Alex Endicott. Again, Alex was gracious enough to come up here before the game. We don't usually do it this way, but she came up and we chatted for a while. So here now is Alex Endicott at the... Different setting today at the break, but Alex Endicott has been nice enough to come up to the press box here at Griffin to talk a little bit before the games today against Missouri State University West Plains. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad to have a chance to talk to you because I see you around in the Ketchum all the time. Obviously, you had a great year last year. What's the difference between being a freshman softball player, being a sophomore now?
I think freshman year I was a little more nervous, hadn't really settled in. New environment. I've obviously played on this field before. I played here in high school.
Because you're from Gallatin, right?
Yep. So I've played on this field a lot, but just compared this year to last year, I've just settled down more and gotten into a better groove, I'd say, this year.
You're also playing center field this year as opposed to left last year. Any major differences there?
Not really. I mean, I've played left basically my whole life. I love it over there, but just being in center, I see the ball better. I read it better. I obviously love center, love left. I mean, the outfield's my home.
Right.
That's where I've
Is
always
your home?
played. Yep.
Yeah. Well, tell me about playing left field, especially. The ball always curves toward the foul line, right?
Yep.
But in center, you're going to have to make up your mind: is it curving toward right or toward left? Rarely does one come right at you, I would imagine.
Yep. It just reading it, I just feel I can also see the catcher, so usually I know where the pitch is gonna go, so I can usually determine where I need to stand. Yep.
What about the type of pitch? Does that determine which way you're leaning?
Yeah, usually sometimes change up. If it's outside, I still sometimes stay on that left side just in case, but it just really depends on outside, inside, but yep.
Alex Endicott is our guest here. It seems to me last year that your defense was maybe a little ahead of your offense. You were making some spectacular plays at left, and then maybe came on a little bit more toward the end of the season. Am I reading that right?
Yep. Definitely did better defensively starting out last year compared to offense, but still I just settled in more this year, and both I think have come on strong. Was there any moment, the aha moments last year that you said, gosh, this is what I can do as a hitter? Yeah, definitely hitting some home runs. I hit all my home runs were region play, and in high school I think I might have had 4 out of 4 years, and then coming here last year I had 4 in total in season.
So you bulked up, right?
Oh, definitely.
No, do you have what's the reason for that? Just being comfortable and seeing pitches better?
I think, yeah, and faster pitching compared to high school because I was Class 1 softball, so we did have fast pitchers, but I think in college they've gotten a lot more faster.
In college, as opposed to high school, you have all of your athletic year is used up by softball. So is that a different for you? Did you play other sports at Gallatin?
Yes, I was a 3-sport athlete all throughout high school, so I think, also just playing softball all year round really helps being able to see and hit the ball better. Because
you were that good athlete in high school, how did you make the decision that softball was your game?
Well, I mean, I played basketball for 3 years, didn't really like it, and then I wrestled my senior year.
Really?
Yeah, switch it up, and 1 year I wasn't going to go anywhere with that, and then track. Who wants to run track? I mean, I really wasn't.
It's like softball season in college. Yeah. It's cold and windy.
Yeah, I mean, that's like track season, and I'm used to it, but I just love the game. I've always loved the game. It's definitely my favorite sport by far.
Tell me, I know female wrestling is getting to be a big deal.
Oh,
but
yeah.
What is that like at the high school level?
Honestly, for me, it was so fun. I loved it. Yeah, practice was hard, but I love it. It was just amazing just to experience it once. Like, if I could go back, I would, but.
Right. Any thought ever enter your mind that maybe you do that in college? Because those opportunities are there now.
Yes, I did think about it. I'm going to Central Methodist next year, online school, and I did email the wrestling coach because I thought about it. Yep.
All right. So Central Methodist is where you're going to end up next year.
Yep.
Softball going to be out of the picture there?
Yep. I'm just doing online school.
Okay. But if you could wrestle, can you do that and be online, or is it? I don't know how that works.
Potentially, I'm not going to do it anymore. I did really think about it, but I just think I'm ready to start my life and start a career.
So this is your final year of competitive play.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Well, how do you feel about that?
It's bittersweet. I coach little. They're going to be 14U this year, so I'll still obviously be involved, but I just look back at all of the good I've had and reminisce, but I'm just ready to be an adult,
Sure.
I guess.
Well, reminisce with us a second. What are a couple of your best memories here at North Central?
Probably the first ever time I actually dove in the outfield. That was pretty nice. I didn't ever dive in high school. Could have never guessed it that when I came here I would have started to dive. But yeah, that was definitely a good one.
What went through your mind with that? Was that something you were planning on and it just happened?
I'm not really. Sometimes I just do things, and I just let my body take over, and that's just what happened. And I think it shocked me, my parents for sure.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Well,
yep.
Speaking of your parents, you mind talking about them for a second?
Oh, yep. My mom obviously works at the college.
Right.
She has for several years now, and my dad works in State Farm at Gallatin.
Okay. All right. Siblings?
Yep. I have an older sister. She went here for a few years, and then I have 2 younger brothers. One's a sophomore in high school, and one's in 7th grade.
Okay. I'm going to line your brothers up, and your sister too for that matter, and you're going to wrestle each one of them. Who wins those matches?
I win all 3. I win all 3. The youngest one, I still beat him up today.
Wait a second. You beat him up?
Oh yeah, he'll try to run his mouth, and I just take him down.
No. That's great. You talked about getting out into the adult world, and what are you going to do professionally?
Hopefully coach. Honestly, that's what I really strive for. I'm getting my degree in sports management.
Okay.
So also thought about athletic director, something, but definitely I'm going to keep it in the sports realm.
What about teaching? Would you teach to get a coaching spot?
I've thought about it. My original degree plan was teaching, but I switched it. But just depends.
Right.
I've thought about it, but I also would rather coach at the college level than high school. But I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Right. Okay, so you're in your final year. You know you're not going to play next year. How do you want this season to end, either in terms of, a team records or when it ends, what's going to make it successful for you?
Really just having fun, but on the field, just keeping my batting hot, my fielding good, just maybe looking at a region title or something. And honestly, just bonding with these girls and finishing off the season strong.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Alex Endicott at the break here. A little unusual. We're doing it from the press box today. Thank you so much for your time.
Yep.
Game 2 is coming up here in a few moments, so you don't need to click on anything different or shut anything down. We'll be back with Game 2 in a moment or two. Welcome back for Game 2 of the doubleheader between North Central Missouri College and the Missouri State University West Plains Grizzlies here from Griffin Field in Trenton, Missouri. I am Rick Cole. As North Central Missouri College now is 5-6 on the year. The Grizzlies are 1-8. And here in the second game of the doubleheader, it will be Emma Lisenby going for the Pirates. She is 4-1 on the year. And for the MSU Grizzlies, it will be the young lady that pitched in relief in the first game, Amelia Jenkins, will be the pitcher. Right now, Lisenby taking her warm-up tosses as we get ready for the second game. Lisenby is, as we said, 4-1 with a 6.21 ERA over 23 2/3 of an inning. So Lisenby, who's been the workhorse for the Pirates so far, will get the start here and face basically the same lineup that we saw in the first game. It'll be Hadley Wilson leading off, then Macy Bosch, Gail Fansler, Emma Tinnen, Kennedy Ross, Kylie Rudd. Amelia Jenkins will be the newcomer in the 7-hole. Cameron Elliott and Lily Kendall will be a newcomer as well, although both Kendall and Jenkins did play in game number 1. So we are underway with a strike called. Our home plate umpire in this game is Zachary Knox. And that one hit by Wilson toward right, but playing shallow with the wind blowing in is Kate Pearson, and there's one out. First game won by North Central in a 9-4 win. The Pirates scored 5 runs in the second inning and kind of set the tone for the game as Bosch steps in. Lisenby working defensively with Reagan Logis now behind the plate. The rest of the defense is similar with just a couple of exceptions. As Kaylor Hodge is now playing third base, but Bloss is back at shortstop, Thompson at second base, Bernard at first base. Mila Laws is in left field to start this game with Endicott in center and Katie Pearson, you saw a moment ago, in right. Another strike called, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Macy Bosch with 1 out here in the top of the first inning for Missouri State University West Plains. And although she tried to frame it, Reagan Logis couldn't quite get the umpire to go for that one. Lisenby has pitched both in relief and as a starter for the Pirates. Good cut, but down on strikes goes Bosch. We didn't see many strikeouts, didn't see many walks in the first game. Lisenby taking her time now before coming up with that breaking ball that misses outside to Gail Fansler. Fansler in the first game had a 2-run home run. She was 1 for 3. That came off the winning pitcher, Skylar Sunderland, who got her first win this year and her first win of her career, along with her first complete game in the first game of the doubleheader. Pirates win it by 5. They get a dozen hits, and the Grizzlies get 11. So they had a lot of hitting. That one is off the hitter after she fouled it off. I think it came off her shoulder. And the count is 1-2. And outside to Fansler. Emma Tinnen would be next. But there are 2 outs. Fansler is from Harrison, Arkansas. And down on strikes. So Lisenby has a fairly easy inning. She gets a fly ball and 2 strikeouts to start this ball game off. And the Pirates will come to the plate when we go to the bottom of the first inning on Pirates Digital Media.
I'm Jane Meservey, the Tutoring Center Director for North Central Missouri College. One of my main goals is to let you know that all the services that an on-ground student has, you have also. Know you're always welcome on a walk-in basis, no appointment needed. Do not hesitate if that means that we have to meet you on a Sunday afternoon or a weekday evening. I have students that may be able to do that for you. Come see the people in the tutoring center and get the help you need as soon as possible.
Emma Lisenby has a perfect top of the first inning, and now the Pirates will go on the attack with Alex Endicott leading it off, the center fielder. Emma Lisenby, the pitcher, and Ireland Bloss, the first three hitters that will face Amelia Jenkins. Jenkins pitched an inning and a third in the first game, and she has now pitched 5 innings in the season, giving up enough runs. She's at 7.64 coming into the doubleheader. That probably went down a little bit with her outing in the first game in relief. She starts off Endicott with a strike. Alex in the first game had an RBI double. She went 1 for 3 with a sacrifice. And on that sacrifice, that was the one that Cora Thompson went from first to third on. A bunt right out in front of the plate, a little bit toward the first base side, so it was about as well as you could lay one down, and it allowed the runner to pick up 2 bases on a sacrifice. Endicott is a sophomore from Gallatin, Missouri. That'll be up against the fence. And the count goes to 1-2. She was our guest between games, and even though we did it kind of spur of the moment, she was gracious enough to come up and do it here in the press box, and so that was fun. Although my best times interviewing all of our athletes is normally the time right afterwards when they stick around and just visit. There's a shot to left field and picked up on the bounce by Kennedy Ross. And Endicott starts it off the right way with a single to left. So the Pirates have a hit in their first at bat. The hitter will be Emma Lisenby. Lisenby did not play in the first game, so she's making her first trip to the plate. Ireland Bloss waits on deck as Amelia Jenkins tries to focus in and just misses on a pitch inside. Windy, as you can tell. The temperature at 65 degrees now, but the wind up around 30 miles an hour at times is blowing in from right toward the third base dugout. Another pitch misses inside. Pretty typical weather, albeit maybe a little bit warmer than March 8th is usually. Inside, runner going and no chance to throw as the ball pops out of Tinnan's glove. Stolen base for Endicott. I believe that's her 7th of the year. Has not been caught. In fact, the Pirates running the base as well have not been caught at all this year. Only her 2nd stolen base. And a strike to Lisenby. 3 balls and 1 strike. Alex Endicott has singled to left and stolen second base, and now Lisenby trying to get the Pirates on the board will take the open base. And there are 2 on and nobody out. Stepping in is Ireland Bloss. Ireland, a 2-run home run in the first game. She also singled in a run early in the game. Strike. Runner from second goes on the delayed steal, and they again catch the pitcher-catcher combination. In this case, it's Tinnan and Jenkins a little bit asleep. Jenkins had to do a double clutch after she realized the runner was going on the throw back to the circle. And so Endicott now at third base. Now Tinnan, a little bit more aware, is going to play some games of her own. Taylor Hodge waits on deck. Pirates won the first game 9-4. Here's another strike that's up a little bit in the zone. We saw that in the first game with Ethan Hare behind the plate. Zach Knox is our umpire here in this game. Line to center field. That's going to drive in Endicott, and that'll be it. So an RBI single for Ireland Bloss, and the Pirates lead it here 1-0 in the early going. For Ireland Bloss on the year, that is her 13th RBI. I don't think that's right. She had 3 in the first game, so that is her 15th of the year. It looks like there's going to be a pitching change here. They call into the dugout, and in fact, that is what's going to happen. So a pitching change here early on, and we will come back with the pitching change in just a moment.
My name's Beth Caldarello, and I work in the library. Sometimes students have to miss a class or they need to take an online test, and we proctor those tests for you. Our online students have access to everything that our on-ground students have. For instance, databases, electronic databases. You're in an academic environment now, so we want to make sure you have the tools, and we make sure that you know how to use those.
Welcome to Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Banking made simple. With online and mobile banking, you can check balances, make transfers, pay bills anytime, anywhere. Visit online farmersbank.com to get started. As a locally owned FDIC insured bank, we believe in more than banking. We believe in community. Your growth is our mission. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We said we thought we'd see the same pitchers in this game that we saw in the first game, and that's exactly true with the reliever here, as Miley Estes, who was the third pitcher in game 1, through an inning and a third, is on in relief of Amelia Jenkins, who does not get an out. She has allowed 2 hits and walked a third hitter that she saw, and that brings on Estes. So Amelia Jenkins out of the game. The Pirates leading this one 1-0. The run charged to Jenkins, and 2 other runners on base would also be charged to her if they score. Here's Hodge at the plate, and she reaches out, hits one off the end of the bat. It is going deep and right up against the fence. The catch. The runner will tag, and so it's an RBI on a sacrifice fly by Hodge. So Hodge gets an RBI, and for her, that is her 11th of the year. So 1 out now. Karis Bernard is the hitter. Runner at first base. And there goes the runner, and in there safely at the stolen base is Emma Lisenby. I take that back. That was Ireland Bloss. Bernard ready to face Miley Estes. Toward the third baseman. Fansler makes the throw to get the out at first, and they hold the runner at second base. Fansler has been very solid at third base today. She makes that play on a hard one hopper. And staying at second base is the Pirate runner. Logis is the hitter for the first time today. Reagan catches in the second game of the doubleheader. And that's a foul ball. Reagan Logis is hitting .375 this year. No homers, 2 RBI. She's had 8 official at-bats, 11 plate appearances. Estes, 1-1 pitch coming. Now 2-1. Big lead at second base as Island Bloss bounces around a little bit. She had an RBI single a moment ago. The other run knocked in by the sacrifice fly of Hodge. Down in the dirt, they won't make the throw, and Logis, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miley Estes in relief of starter Amelia Jenkins, who faced just 3. And down on strikes goes Logis, and the inning comes to a close. So, early, when you take a look at Miley Estes, she did a pretty good job coming out and getting those 3 outs. 3 face batters, 3 outs, although a sacrifice fly figured into it. After 1 inning, 2-0 Pirates.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Maker. Reach out to your high school counselor. They're going to be made aware of any scholarship opportunities within your community. Additional resources for scholarships are Missouri Scholarship Central. That's actually a portal that you can create an account with. Based on your profile, it will actually send scholarship opportunities to your email that are tailored to your profile. As they add scholarship opportunities all throughout the year, you're going to receive emails when those opportunities apply to your profile.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. Like the Caggianos, who are brewing their own legacy. Or the Wrens with their drama-free plot, tranquil and serene. The Upshaws, they DIY all the time. While the Nelsons play lead in their own adventure, 150 years in the making. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us and start telling yours.
Griffin Field in Trenton, Missouri is where we play softball today. Missouri State University West Plains against North Central Missouri College. And for the Grizzlies, Emma Tinnan takes a strike from Emma Lisenby. Tinnan, Ross, and Rudd for the Grizzlies in the top of the second against Lisenby. Lisenby had a 1-2-3 inning and 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Wind a factor, but the temperature comfortable, 66 degrees was our predicted high, and that's right where we are right now. 2 balls, a strike to Emma Tinnan. She played very well behind the plate, I thought, defensively in the first game, and had a double at the plate. Change up right down the heart of the plate to Tinnan. In that first game, the Pirates had a dozen hits, but the Grizzlies had 11. In a 9-4 win by North Central. Out of play. Grizzlies can do struggle, though, a little bit when it comes to the circle, although they have adequate pitching, as we said in the first game. Nobody really stood out in that first game, and they've already taken their starting pitcher out of this game. Looper toward right field, and the second baseman goes over. That's Cora Thompson that makes the catch. So the second baseman is there, and Kennedy Ross will be the next hitter. The left fielder started as the pitcher in game number 1, ended up playing left field. And is in left field again here. She was 1 for 3 at the plate. Lisenby finds a strike. Skylar Sunderland went the distance in the first game. Got her first win of the year. That's hit towards center, but Endicott is there and comes up to make a catch on a line drive, hit right at her. So 2 up, 2 down, and 5 in a row retired by Lisenby to start the game. Kylie Rudd is the first baseman. Kylie in the first game, an RBI single and another single later on. She was 2 for 3. She just looks like she means business when she steps up there. She's going to give it everything she has with that big swing. And doesn't hold much back. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs in the top of the second inning, 2-0 Pirates. Tomorrow we have baseball against Iowa Central Community College, a noon start to a doubleheader, 2 7-inning games for Pirate baseball. They won twice yesterday against Redlands, who is playing right now against Iowa Central on our home field. Out of the reach of the third baseman, Kaylor Hodge, who went diving after it anyway like that. Well, here's something you don't see every time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runs on the board in the second inning, 2 outs. And I have a story about that, and it always seems to come up with, well, 2 outs makes sense. I'll have to tell you that sometime. Not now, because I know the next pitch will be the last out, or the last strike. Yeah, there we go. All right, we'll tell it now. So back in my younger days when I had first started coaching baseball back in western Nebraska, there was a situation in which on the scoreboard, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1-1 game in the first inning, 1 out. And the PA announcers took time, got everybody to quiet down, and said, now here's something you're never going to see again. All 1s across the scoreboard. You'll never see all the numbers. Well, second inning, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 game in the second inning with 2 outs. So he didn't make such a big deal out of that. Kylie Rudd is the hitter. Rudd, take that back. This is in the switch, in the pitching change. This is Miley Estes that's hitting. So Rudd drew the base on balls, and Estes is into the slot that Jenkins started out in. That's right off the hands and into the fence. I may have made a mistake somewhere along the line, but I don't think Estes got a chance to hit in the first game. They work her outside, and it's 1-2, so that's a pretty good spot for an 0-2 pitch. The runner at first base is Kylie Rudd, who just walked a moment ago. And straight back, the count stays at 1-2. The Grizzlies don't steal very often. They only have 1 stolen base all year. There's a little looper. Endicott cannot hang on to it, and everybody's going to be safe first and second on a looper of a hit by Estes. So a walk and the base hit coming with 2 outs, leading to Cameron Elliott. Pirates got 2 in the bottom of the first inning on an RBI single by Bloss and a sacrifice fly by Hodge. Elliott steps in to face Lisenby of the Pirates. Hits it pretty well, but right at the left fielder, she didn't move an inch. Mila Laws pulls it in, and the inning comes to a close. So a little bit of danger there with a walk and a hit. Lisenby, though, gets out of it, and after an inning and a half, the Pirates lead it by a score of 2-0.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Meeker. I'm the Director of Financial Aid here at North Central Missouri College. Fill out every scholarship application that you can. Anything that you can fill it out. It may take you a couple hours, but if in return you receive a $1,000 scholarship, I believe that's a pretty good return on investment. The NCMC scholarship application is available each year, and it's due by March 31st for the upcoming fall.
Bottom of the second inning coming up. The Pirates lead by 2. Katie Pearson, the number 7 hitter, leads it off. Then Cora Thompson and Mila Laws. The Pirates looking for the doubleheader sweep over the Grizzlies of West Plains. And here, with his debut on Pirates Digital Media as an announcer, is Nolan Parton. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm going to adjust your microphone a bit, and now you're ready to roll.
Okay, welcome to the broadcast. This is my first time, so we're going to see how it goes.
Are you nervous? Is it something that's keeping you up at night?
No. I know baseball. I played baseball, so I know it a little bit. Softball is kind of the same, a little different. So
it's funny, we were having that discussion, Bree Brooks and I, about baseball coaching versus softball coaching earlier today, as there's a pitch that's right in there by Miley Estes, who's the relief pitcher, to Katie Pearson. And there are obviously some similarities, there's certainly a lot of differences also.
Yeah, there is. Slap bunt is my main difference.
The roller out to Fansler, and she continues to play well as she gets the assist throwing out Pearson. So 1 out, and Estes, since she has come in, has given up a sac fly, a ground out, a strikeout, and now a ground out. So she has faced 4 and gotten 4 outs. Cora Thompson is the hitter. She had 3 hits in the first game, a stolen base, in fact, making 2 stolen bases, and hits here against Estes and takes a strike.
It was good to see her wheels in that first game. She's pretty fast.
She's the one, I think, that went to from first to third on the sacrifice by Endicott, right?
Yes, she is.
That's outside. Thompson is a freshman. Estes taking some time in the circle here. Thompson is from Boonville, Missouri. I fooled a little bit on that one, and count goes to 0-2. Cora against KCK was 1 for 1 in the first game with an RBI and a stolen base, and then 1 for 2 with a run scored in the second game Thursday in the sweep by Kansas City, Kansas. And that's a foul ball. Pirates have scored 2 back in the first inning. Bloss singled and Hodge a sacrifice fly. And then Lisbon had to work out of a little bit of trouble after getting the first 2 outs in the second inning. She walked 1 and allowed a hit, but got a fly out to left to end it. Kept her hands back, hit it pretty well. Ross goes back and watches. Did that ball hit the top of the fence? I think it did. So Cora Thompson hits a home run for the Pirates. And as we said, on the off-speed pitch, she kept her hands back and did a heck of a job waiting on that pitch and then driving it out of the park to make it 3-0.
Miley Estes was showing some pretty good efficiency until that home run. She was putting them down. Maybe not strikeouts, but she was getting pitching outs.
Second home run of the year, and now Sarah Van Dyke talking to the umpires. Not sure what about. And now going to the circle is Bree Brooks again after the home run by Thompson. So again, for Thompson, her second home run of the year, her 6th RBI. And they are going to make the pitching change here, and it looks like they are going to bring it back Michaela Hill. And so we'll take time to make that change in our notes as well, and back with that pitching change in a moment.
The main thing with tutoring is start as early as possible. Let me tell you, most students don't even know they need our tutoring until the 4th week after they failed the first test. Hopefully that's not you, but that's kind of what we see. If you're one of those people that get ahead of the game, all the better. Come see the people in the tutoring center and get the help you need as soon as possible. I'm here Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30, and those are the walk-in hours for the tutoring center. Please contact me with anything you need.
Michaela Hill is the new pitcher who has been in the doubleheader before, so she's not all that new to us. And she relieves here in the second inning and has become the third pitcher used by the Grizzlies. Laws at the plate, strike one to her. So getting a quick out after getting out of the first inning. She gets an out in the second inning, and then Estes gives up the home run, and that's all for her. Right back to Hill in the circle, and the throw nearly pulled Rudd off the base. In fact, she may be stretched a little too far. She looked like she may have hurt herself a bit, but she's okay, and Laws is out 1-3 for the second out of the inning. So Miley Estes goes an inning and a third, getting all of the outs in the first inning and the one out here in the second inning before that ground out. And we go to the top of the order. Alex Endicott, who singled, stole a couple of bases and scored on the RBI single by Bloss later in the inning. Endicott has become kind of the all-around player the Pirates seem to have every year in the outfield. She started as a freshman in left and now plays center and handles that very well. Also very good at the plates, coming into the doubleheader at 444. She had an RBI double in the first game. Can handle the bat. She sacrificed in the first game. And a good eye. So a good person to have in that number one spot as that pitch misses low. Emma Tinnan is the catcher for West Plains. Hill to the plate for a strike. Michaela pitched an inning and 2/3, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. That was that big second inning that the Pirates had. They kind of, as we said, set the tone after that. Another one right to Hill through her legs and then not able to be picked up by Grace Bell, the shortstop. Boy, you're talking about your seeing eye single right through the legs and then just out of reach. And now with nobody on the bag, the Pirates are going to try to take the second bag, and they throw out the hitter, Alex Endicott, trying to advance. So it'll go as a single for her, and I guess trying to stretch it into a double, but she is the third out, and that is the way the inning ends up. That's a little different, isn't it? Pirates, though, get another run, and they have taken a 3-0 lead in this game. Top of the third inning on Pirates Digital Media. Emma Lisenby in the circle for the Pirates, and first pitch fouled away by the number 9 hitter, Lily Kendall, who played some second base, got an at-bat in the first game, but that was it. Kendall is the number 9 hitter in the order. Lisenby looks into Loges and finds a strike. Loges behind the plate, Hodge at third, Bloss at short, Thompson second, and Bernard at first. Good smoke on that one. And the count goes to 0-2. Mila Laws plays left, Katie Pearson right, and Alex Endicott in center for the Pirates defensively. Hopper toward Bloss. And one out. So a ground out starts the third inning, and Ireland Bloss is really, I think, the number one pitcher on the staff. She certainly leads in record at 4-1 and has 23-plus innings now, and has kind of been the go-to person.
She has more innings than Sunderland, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Plus, she's had more appearances, both as a starter and a reliever combined. They call on her late in games. They did that when we played Hawkeye here a week or so ago.
She also is a veteran on the team, being a sophomore.
Yep. Finds the outside corner for a strike. This is Macy Bosch, so I'm a hitter behind. The first ground out was Hadley Wilson at the top of the order. And so this is Bosch, who struck out swinging her first time up. And a ball there on a 1-2 pitch. Pirates win the first game. They're 5-6 on the year. The Grizzlies struggling. They're 1-8 and have lost 7 in a row.
And on the strikeout, Lisenby will go 3 up, 3 down in that inning.
So we go now to the bottom of the third inning. The Pirates continue to lead it here in the second game of the doubleheader. They lead it by 3 over West Plains.
North Central Missouri College is a 2-year public community college offering associate degrees and certificate training. We offer a transfer degree for students planning to attend a university in pursuit of a 4-year degree. We also offer associate and applied science degrees and certificate programs which prepare students for employment. North Central Missouri College offers small class sizes with a student-to-instructor ratio of 19:1. We also feature dedicated academic and student services staff who are invested in the success of each student. You are welcome.
Bottom of the third inning here as North Central comes to the plate. Emma Lisenby will lead it off, and then Ireland Bloss and Kayla Hodge for the Pirates. Pirates have 4 hits for their 3 runs here so far, and the third pitcher of this game, Michaela Hill, remains in the game for the third inning. So we'll see what Lisenby can do after walking and scoring in the first inning. As Emma Tinnan gives the signs to the pitcher, Michaela Hill.
Look to be inside on the black from my view.
We've seen a fairly wide and a fairly high zone between Ethan Hare in the first game and Zach Knox in the second game. But again, I think everybody's kind of in favor of that. The roller is out toward Bell, and she's got that one to retire Lisenby here to start the third. I don't know, does it bother you to see a lot of strikes called?
Oh, no. I think on the black is the strike zone. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But sometimes it gets a little bit outside of that, and
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I am too.
I umpired for a lot of years, but I really, really had a low strike zone. I mean, I'd love to be the pitcher's best friend and give them a lot of strikes low. Ireland Bloss has an RBI single and a stolen base. Not as crazy about the high strikes, but that's changed through the years. Like right there, wasn't really that high of a strike, but definitely a strike that's up in the zone.
Froze her on the changeup there. She didn't know what to do.
And 2 strikes on the sophomore Bloss. Went right at her and fouled off by Ireland. Michaela Hill from Greenville, Missouri, is a freshman. Had a no decision against Arkansas State Newport last weekend. Boy, they had Bell played right in the right place, and she has another assist. So 2 ground balls to the shortstop, and now it's Kaylor Hodge who had a sacrifice fly in the first inning.
Hill tried to make a play on that ball, just couldn't get it done. It was a little bit of a comebacker, but the shortstop backed her up and made the play first.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised to see Bell that close to second base when the ball got by her. She was shaded in that area. Strike to Hodge. Kayla's sacrifice fly gives her 11 RBI on the year. The first game she had 2 singles. Karis Bernard would be next if the Pirates can get Hodge on. Picked cleanly by Fensler, and she throws over for the out. So solid defense for Michaela Hill in the inning. The Pirates go down 1-2-3. That may be the first time today that they've gone down in order. Pirates continue to lead here 3-0 after 3.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. Like the Caggianos, who are brewing their own legacy. Or the Wrens with their drama-free plot, tranquil and serene. The Upshaws, they DIY all the time. While the Nelsons play lead in their own adventure, 150 years in the making. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us and start telling yours.
Pirate softball today on Pirates Digital Media. Pirate baseball tomorrow starts at noon. Our pregame show will precede that. And then, even though the weather doesn't look too great, we'll have more baseball on Wednesday if nature permits. We will have a doubleheader with Northeast Iowa Community College, who I don't remember us playing in the past.
Starting in the top of the 4th, we have the 3, 4, and 5 hitter Gail Fansler, Emma Tenen, and Kennedy Ross.
Fansler has struck out swinging. Tinnen has popped up to the second baseman, and Ross has flown out to Endicott in center field. Through 3 innings, no runs on 1 hit for West Plains, and 3 runs on 4 hits for the Pirates unofficially. First game went to North Central. The winner was Skylar, who pitched a complete game, her first of the year. And down on strikes goes the leadoff hitter, Gail Fansler. So 1 out on the 5th strikeout by Lisenby. Skylar Sunderland. For some reason I couldn't recall her name. That's a little short hopper. Nice
Ireland
play.
Gets to it and makes the play at first.
And
that was a
Ross
nice play.
Makes that play up the middle for the second out. So a strikeout and a ground out come after a 1-2-3 inning last inning. And Kennedy Ross, the left fielder, steps in to face Lisenby. Strike 1.
Looked like a foul ball on the check swing there. She didn't go all the way through.
We won't see a lot of foul balls caught in softball just because of the closeness of the fence to the foul lines. We did see Trinity Alderman catch one right up against the backstop. Or actually, I didn't see it because at my angle, I can't see the base of the backstop. But I think we see a lot more, for some reason, a lot more foul balls in softball than baseball. Not sure why that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because the ball's bigger.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be that.
Might not miss it more.
Lisenby working outside on 1 and 2. Logis is her catcher with Hodge at third, Bloss at short, Thompson at second, Bernard at first. And down on strikes goes the hitter Kennedy Ross. Another 1-2-3 inning for Lisenby here in the 4th. And the Pirates have a 3-0 lead after 3.5 innings from Griffin Field.
To Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Banking made simple. With online and mobile banking, you can check balances, make transfers, pay bills anytime, anywhere. Visit onlinefarmersbank.com to get started. As a locally owned FDIC insured bank, we believe in more than banking. We believe in community. Your growth is our mission. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Pirates look to get back to 500 today if they can beat the Grizzlies in this game. They won the first game to be at 5-6 on the year, and now they look for the sweep, and so far so good for the Buccaneer women, who lead at 3-0. In the bottom of the fourth, Karis Bernard with Reagan Logis and Katie Pearson getting ready to face Micaiah Hill, who has done a pretty decent job in relief in this game. And she faces Bernard to start out and starts her with a strike. Karis is 0 for 1 in the game, grounded out to Fansler at third base. And lines that one into left field for a base hit. Ross there to stop it and hold Bernard to a single. She hit that one very sharply, and she's on base to start the fourth.
She definitely put a charge into that one.
Wind continues to whip around upwards of 30 miles an hour in the second game of the doubleheader as Logis steps in, striking out in the first inning against Miley Estes. And a foul ball there. Yeah, I like your theory about the bigger ball causing more foul balls. That may be a big part of it. I'll have to get on one of the AI devices that I steal from and find out. Do you use a lot of AI? Is that a thing for you?
Some, yeah. It's very helpful.
I think so too. I know everybody's all caught up in the danger of it and all that, but didn't we go through the very same thing with the internet when it was, well, you were not even born yet, but
yeah,
I remember it.
Not sure about that one. I wasn't there yet.
Logis behind it a little bit again as she tries to guide the ball to the right side of the infield. A runner on base. Karis Bernard has picked up the fifth hit of the game for the Pirates, who lead at 3-0. Change misses outside. Katie Pearson will be next for the Pirates. Nobody out. Karis Bernard at first base. Two balls, two strikes. And again, a foul ball is staying alive is Reagan Logis.
She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout this game, so hopefully she can break into the hit column here.
She is listed at 5'4", but looks bigger than that. She's from Lawson, Missouri, where she was a Cardinal. Last we saw her was against Hawkeye. She went 2 for 2 with an RBI. I think in that game she started in right field and then moved behind the plates midway through, if I recall correctly. I think they like her a lot. They use her. If you're an outfielder and a catcher, that's some versatility right there. She handles the bat well. Looks at that one up high and draws a base on ball. So the Pirates, again, with some folks on base here, starting the fourth inning now. And Kate Pearson is the hitter. She's grounded out to the third baseman. So the Pirates getting into a part of their order which they have speed. Pearson, Thompson, Laws can do some things here. Out the middle, that's going to get through. Let's see what they do. They're going to wave Karis home for one run, and everybody else is going to stay where they are. So Bernard scores. It's an RBI single for Pearson. And moving to second base is Logis. So an RBI picked up by Pearson. And the Pirates still with runners at first and second. Pearson's fourth RBI of the year.
Here comes the speed and power threat in Cora Thompson. Hit a home run earlier in the game.
She was behind that one and hit it off the top of the fence with one out in the second inning. Her second of the year. And Tinnan again does a great job behind the plate blocking pitches. Fansler is the third baseman, Bell at shortstop, Kindle at second base, and Rudd around the infield for the Grizzlies. Solid pitch to Cora Thompson. I was talking to Cora, who has a beautiful 2.5-year-old dog. I'm big on dogs.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wish I could remember what kind of dog it was.
I have one at home. She's a rat terrier, and her name's River.
Knocked down by Bell. She'll go to the middle and be late there, and the Pirates have loaded the bases. I think you've got to give an error there to the shortstop, who couldn't come up with the ball cleanly. So that'll be the first error of the game, loading the bases. One run already in, an RBI single by Pearson, who's now at second base. And here's Mila Laws. She's tricky at the plate, a slapper that can also swing with a little bit of power now and then. Plus, as you mentioned, Nolan, really good speed.
Mm-hmm. This Pirates team seems to be pretty fast.
They got a chance to mess up the infield a little bit here with the bases loaded, nobody out. That slapper approach will do that. That'll be a tough one to get to, as it is Bell throwing way late. Nowhere she's going to get Laws. It's an infield single for Laws and an RBI. So Laws with an infield single, scoring Logis, Pearson to third, Thompson to second, and the RBI for Laws.
And the all-around player, Alex Endicott, will come out.
Laws' fifth RBI of the year. Strike to Endicott. And like we talked about, this bottom part of the order, especially the lower third with Pearson, Thompson, and Laws, they kind of have manufactured a run here. Infield single, an error. A strike now to Endicott as Hill tries to regroup a little bit and jumps up on the Pirate leadoff hitter. Alex has singled twice in this game, stolen 2 bases, and has scored 1 run. Trying to get a big hit here. Looks like she'll do it. That will score 1 run. A second run comes to the plate. They're going to hold Laws at third base as it's an RBI, 2 RBIs for Endicott on a double. So Endicott brings home 2. Pirates have scored 4 in the frame and lead it 7-0. Laws all the way to third, Endicott at second, and the Pirates now jumping on Hill, and that looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Hill. Well, at least for now. You can come back in softball. And so it looks like Hill is going to be replaced in the circle. We will get to that as Lisenby waits at the plate here. They haven't made a final decision. We'll wait till that looks like it's been made. Although Bree Brooks is scratching through a lot of paper right there, and so is the home plate umpire, Zach Knox. And now we will have the change. We will take a timeout and come back with more softball on Pirates Digital Media.
your Pirate gear at the new NCMC campus store located inside the new Student Center on campus. We hope to see you soon.
Game 1 starter Kennedy Ross, who had been playing left field, is now the pitcher for the Grizzlies as she comes in with runners at second and third. Kayla Hill goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 4 runs. 3 runs. No, I was right the first time. 4 runs in this inning. So the runners at second and third would be charged to her if they score here against Ross. There's a strike to Lisenby, who has a 1-1 count on her. Pirates lead it 7-0, but no outs here in the 4th inning. And what that means is that if the Pirates can shove one more across the plate, they will just have to retire the Grizzlies one more time. Deep fly ball. Elliott goes back, loses it. 1 run's going to score for sure. And 2 runs headed in. The throw will not be made on the relay, and it drops in for 2 runs. So now the question is that an error or is that a base hit? I'm going to have to go with error, I'm sorry to say.
I am definitely going to say error. That was a very catchable ball.
And 2-run score. So no RBI for Lisenby there. She ends up at second base, clears the bases, and now a strike to Ireland Bloss. Yeah, it's not fun when you're in this position and then you make a big error like that. I don't think it's ever fun to make an error.
No,
but
no way.
You feel for the Grizzlies in that they have the offense. They've just kind of come up short in the circle a little bit today, and I think that's been kind of the story of their season. But as Bree Brooks said, they have a lot of athletes from smaller schools that just quite aren't used to playing at the college level yet, so they could turn this thing around. But right now, they're facing the back end of a 9-0 score after dropping the first game. Kennedy Ross. And that one popped up by Bloss. Go foul, ladies, and that's exactly what they do. Good decision. Those are like snakes. They never know where they're going to go or how fast they're going to go, but they're always dangerous. Sometimes even large worms scare me. But
large worms?
They tend not to be as quick. Bloss, the hitter with a count of 1-2. Reached out for an outside pitch, dropping it toward the left, and did she catch that?
I believe so.
The field umpire did not make the call, though it was right in front of him. They're going to call it an out on Bloss, and a fine catch by the former pitcher Hill. And that is the first out of the inning. Lisenby still at second base. 9th hitter in the inning is Hodge, who takes a strike.
She seemed to not like that one.
Well, I've got an old theory and passed along by umpires through the years that when it gets to be 9-0, the zone gets a little bit bigger.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Toward the shortstop, Bell, quick release, right on targets, and that'll be the second out. Karis Bernard led off this inning with a single, and she hits for the second time, 1 for 2. The first baseman has played well in the doubleheader, been error-free, had a hit and 2 walks in the first game. There's a changeup that looked pretty good in a 9-0 game, to be honest. But, you know, have you done umpiring behind the plate especially?
I've done a couple Little League games, but I actually just got my MSHA certification to do high school recently. So I'm going to start doing that this spring. I'm excited.
It ain't as easy as it looks, is it?
Yeah.
Even if you're working, especially if you're working with little kids.
Mm-hmm. Their ball moves a little different. They got some arch on it, too. A little bit slower, so.
Definitely.
It's not just straight in there.
1-1 pitch coming. Nolan Parton joins us on the broadcast today, a member of Pirates Digital Media. Well, in umpiring baseball through the years, I had one chance of doing a legitimate fast-pitch softball game, and I enjoyed it. I mean, the pitchers were right around the plate the entire game, and these were not high school, these were middle school pitchers. They were good.
Yeah, I've done a high school game over the summer. I think last year or the year before that, it was our high school team put a team together, and I don't think I did bad, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, it's something you definitely have to get used to.
Yeah.
And experience, like in any other business, is key. And Bernard lets that pitch go by, and she'll go down to first base. So runners at first and third. Karras on again. At third base is Lisenby, who got on a 2-run error by the right fielder. And the hitter will be Reagan Logis, who has walked and struck out. 6 runs in this inning for the Pirates, 1 out, and the 11th person to hit is Logis, and that will drift out of play. There's an old saying also from my baseball days that says the first out and the third out are the hardest. Well, they've got the first out. The second out is easy. It doesn't seem like it right at the moment.
Yeah, out of all my years of playing baseball and being around it, I've actually never heard that. So.
And the meeting this time at the Circle does not feature Bree Brooks, the first-year head coach. She was, as we talked about in the first game, the high school conference coach of the year in 2024 when she was coaching at the high school level. But she's got a vast background. Her collegiate coaching spots have been Jacksonville, Florida, East Illinois University, Covenant College, an NCAA Division III program at Lookout Mountain, Georgia, where she was the head coach. Runner from first is going to go with defensive indifference, so it's now second and third. And Logis at the plate. We're in the 4th inning. Pirates have been waiting for a big inning, and this one is it. It's been amplified by the 2-run error in the outfield. But for their credit, the Pirates also have 4 hits in this frame. 2 walks. 2 errors, though, have been costly, as we mentioned.
You could call it an offensive explosion.
Logis waits and goes the other way, but just wide of the bag. So the wind continues to blow, but it blows in the favor of the Pirates at the moment with a 9-0 lead. Back in the old days, and this was after you were born, but when we first started broadcasting here at Griffin, we didn't have an enclosed press box. So we, out of kindness from Coca-Cola Distributing, there's a swing and a miss. We used to have a concession stand trailer. That ball's down in the dirt, and looks like everybody's going to be safe, as it was a base on balls, right? And then the ball gets past Kinnan, one of the first that has done that. Lisenby scores to make it 10-0. Bernard goes to second, and Logis now at first base. So the inning continues, and Pearson is the hitter. Anyway, we were in the concession stand trailer. They were nice enough to bring over for us, but it was like an empty U-Haul trailer, if you can imagine that. And when we got really windy days, that thing would rock back and forth.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it.
One day in particular, it really was rocking back and forth. We had in the concession stand, we constructed a plexiglass window that we were able to keep the dust out more than anything. Mm-hmm. That thing blew in and landed right on top of us. So there were some moments.
Oh, yeah. Now we've got a nice press box with
it's great.
High view up here.
Yeah, so. It's wonderful. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Katie Pearson has an RBI single in 2 trips to the plate and now faces Kennedy Ross, the 4th pitcher in this game. for West Plains. Big changeup got her on a swing and a miss, and the inning comes to a close. So a long inning with the Pirates scoring 7 runs in the inning and taking a 10-0 lead. Now they've got to shut down the Grizzlies to get this game in the books. Back in a moment.
My name's Beth Caldarello, and I work in the library. Sometimes students have to miss a class or they need to take an online test, and we proctor those tests for you. Our online students have access to everything that our on-ground students have. For instance, databases, electronic databases. You're in an academic environment now, so we want to make sure you have the tools, and we make sure that you know how to use those.
Welcome to Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Banking made simple. With online and mobile banking, you can check balances, make transfers, pay bills anytime, anywhere. Visit onlinefarmersbank.com to get started. As a locally owned FDIC insured bank, we believe in more than banking. We believe in community. Your growth is our mission. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Emma Lisenby going for a run or an inning-shortened game here and a complete game against West Plains, leading at 10-0 top of the 5th inning, where Kylie Rudd has taken a strike. So the Pirates try to end it early here. Rudd hits a high fly ball toward left. Laws foul territory, and it bounces in foul territory right up against the fence.
She had a really long fly ball or foul ball in the first game, too. That would have been a home run if it stayed fair.
She's got some pop, and those 2 balls you're talking about, I remember the one you were speaking of, and like I said, she really attacks pitches.
Oh, yeah. She swings with bad intentions.
Yes. Swung that one at one outside the zone, and the tag will complete the strikeout, and she is down on strikes. Rudd is 0 for 1 now. She walked her first time up. The hitter now will be the starting left fielder who came on to pitch, Michaela Hill, and then went back to the outfield. She takes a strike here. She is 0 for 1. I'll tell you the truth, though, with the scorebook the way it is, I'm not sure that I'm even right here. Hill, 0-2. And Emma Lisenby trying to wrap it up with a flourish here in the top of the 5th inning. After the game, head coach Sarah Van Dyke will be our guest. Visit with her. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cameron Elliott will be next, unless there's a pinch hitter. Another thing about the Grizzlies program I really like is the way that Coach Brooks uses a lot of her players. She gets a lot of them in. Gets a lot of them in the circle, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, they've got some pop in their order. They came in hitting 300. They put up 11 hits in the first game, although they only have 1 against Lisenby, who's going to be one of the top pitchers in the region this year.
So far, what I've seen this game, she's done pretty good. Got a shutout going for her, so see if she can maintain that.
And just 1 hit. She struck out 6, 7 now. And a 1-2 count. Laid off of that one. It's a ball, and so now 2-2. Gets a little bit of energy going in the dugouts on the third base side, West Plains dugout. Michaela Hill trying to hang in there against Lisenby with 2 strikes and stays alive. Baseball tomorrow starts at noon. North Central against Iowa Central Community College. If I'm not wrong, Iowa Central is where our president, Lenny Claver, played a couple of years, both basketball and baseball.
Dual sport athlete.
He was a monster, too, man. He could rebound, shoot. Didn't play defense worth a lick, though, I don't think.
That's
pretty good pitcher. And Hill hanging in there against Lisenby. You were going to say?
Defense isn't my specialty either. I don't like defense. We play 21 here at school, and I let the other guys guard each other, and then I just grab the rebound.
Bloss, slow roller, has to gun it over there, and does so successfully, and there are 2 outs on the 6-3 putout. And now Cameron Elliott, who flew out to left in her only at bat against Lisenby in this game. Yep, it is Elliott who will hit. And Lisenby tries to put the capper on the doubleheader after the first game went to North Central 9-4. Dozen hits for North Central in that game. They have 8 in this game. Last inning, the Pirates scored 7 runs on 4 hits, but the 2 errors were costly. Dropped ball in the outfield led to 2 runs, for instance. 0-2 now on Elliott. On deck is Lily Kendall, hoping to get a chance to hit. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning.
Elliott's back against the wall enough to end this game right here.
And the big changeup on 1-2. It's going to be a while before we see the Pirates again. The next week or 2, it's mostly home baseball. Line and a base hit, the second one of the game for the Grizzlies. So Elliott comes up with a hit that keeps the game going. And it will be Lily Kendall that is the hitter. She struck out her first time up. So we play a little bit longer. It's a long drive to West Plains, and I'm sure they're looking forward to getting their money's worth here if they can. Kendall, big swing there. She's from Fordland, Missouri, Lillian Kendall. Looking for her first hit of the year. She'd only had 2 at-bats coming in. Fouls that one away.
The way that ball came off the bat, I thought we were going to have another close play up here by the fence that we couldn't see.
Little looper should be easy for Bloss, but he carries a little bit more than we thought and is in there for a hit. So how about Kendall coming up with her first hit of the year? Elliott moves to second base, and in a 10-run game, it is a 10-run game. The Pirates have 10 on the board. In that situation now, a base hit, and the hitter Wilson coming around to score would send us into another inning. So it's a ways from happening, but Kendall represents the tying run at first. And that will end it. Lisenby is right there to make the catch, and the ball game is over. So Emma Lisenby is the hero of the game. In the circle, she gives up 2 hits. We'll be back with a wrap-up of game number 2 and a visit with Sarah Van Dyke when we come back in a moment on Pirates Digital Media.
I'm Jane Meservey, the Tutoring Center Director for North Central Missouri College. One of my main goals is to let you know that all the services that an on-ground student has, you have also. Know you're always welcome on a walk-in basis, no appointment needed. Do not hesitate if that means that we have to meet you on a Sunday afternoon or a weekday evening. I have students that may be able to do that for you. Come see the people in the Tutoring Center and get the help you need as soon as possible.
Before you open your eyes, at Smithfield, we're busy slow smoking. Before you sizzle, we hand select and hand trim. Before you were born, we gave birth to flavor, which you'll find in every bite of our naturally delicious hickory smoked bacon. Flavor hails from Smithfield.
Pirates sweep the doubleheader from the Grizzlies of Missouri State University West Plains in Region 16 Division I play today. The final in the first game, 9-4. The Pirates win it, and in the second game, a 10-0 win by North Central. We'll give you the totals here and then look at some offensive highlights, and then we'll wait for Sarah Van Dyke to visit with us. First of all, the winning pitcher is Emma Lisenby, now 5-1 on the year. She gives up no runs on just 3 hits. Pirates did not make an error in the game. Lisenby walked 2, struck out 7 in the 5 innings, getting a complete game win, 5-1 on the year. Losing pitcher is Amelia Jenkins, who really had a tough start in this game, didn't get an out, gave up a couple of runs, and takes the loss. She is 2-2 on the year. She didn't last very long, just 3 batters in before they went to the relievers, Miley Estes, Michaela Hill, and Kennedy Ross. For the Pirates, they get their 10 runs on 8 hits. There were 2 big errors that came up in the 4th inning that allowed 3 runs to score. That was certainly a big part of it for this game as the Grizzlies fall to 1-9. The Pirates are at 500 now at 6-6. Offensively, not a lot to talk about for the Grizzlies. Their hits came in the 2nd inning on a single by Estes. And then 2 more hits in the 5th inning, the final inning, and they came with 2 outs. It was Cameron Elliott that kept alive the game for a moment, and then Lily Kendall got her first hit of the year. And those are the 3 hits that the Grizzlies had in the game, no runs scored. Pirates a little bit more bright on the scoring side. They scored 2 runs in the 1st inning on an RBI single by Bloss and a sacrifice fly by Hodge. They score a single run in the 2nd inning, a solo home run by Cora Thompson. And then in the 4th inning, the big inning, they score 7 runs on 4 hits. But the 2 errors in the inning really made a difference. In the inning, an RBI single in the 4th by Pearson, an infield RBI for Mila Laws, a 2-run error off the bat of Endicott, off of Lisenby. Endicott had a 2-run double. And there were also, 3 walks in that inning as well. So that pretty much proved to be the end of the game as the Pirates get the Grizzlies in the next half inning without allowing a run, and they win it 10-0. So the Pirates at 6-6 on the year. West Plains continues to struggle. They will head back to home, and I'm sure we'll see them later in the year. We play 4-game series against each of the Region 1 schools in Region 16, or Division I schools, and so there'll be a second meeting between these 2 teams coming up. Sarah Van Dyke is done, it looks like, with her player meeting. You can kind of see it over there in the right field area, and we hope to hear from the head coach of the Pirates in just a moment. First of all, let's remind you that baseball is coming up tomorrow. A baseball doubleheader against Iowa Central Community College starts at noon. Our pregame show will be around 11:45, something along that order, and then on Wednesday, we're scheduled to host Northeast Iowa Community College in another noon doubleheader. So baseball tomorrow on Monday, baseball on Wednesday, and we'll see what the weather has to do with all of that. Sarah Van Dyke is headed this way. We will talk to her as we have a moment here on Pirates Digital Media after this.
North Central Missouri College is a 2-year public community college offering associate degrees and certificate training. We offer a transfer degree for students planning to attend a university in pursuit of a 4-year degree. We also offer associate and applied science degrees and certificate programs which prepare students for employment. North Central Missouri College offers small class sizes with a student-to-instructor ratio of 19:1. We also feature dedicated academic and student services staff who are invested in the success of each student. You are welcome here.
The Pirates sweep MSU West Plains today, 9-4 in the first game, 10-0 in the second game. And here to tell us all about it is Sarah Van Dyke. Welcome, Coach. And what's kind of the storyline from today? Isn't there one?
I don't know. What do you mean by storyline, I guess?
Is there a consistent thread that ran through all of the games other than, winning the second game more easily than the first game? Was the hitting good today? Was the pitching good today? Was it a combination of everything you've been looking for?
Really, I think it was a combination of both. We talk about it a ton where we have to be on all sides of the game. And it's always that way, obviously. And anybody playing wants to be on offense, on defense, whatever that may be. But it's everybody being on. And I feel like we do a really good job of stringing things together. There's some days where we're not as good at stringing things together, but today definitely was one of those days. I think I talked to you about it at one point in time where, we're trying to play for each other. You have a job to do when you're on the field and in the batter's box. You have a job to do. It's going to be fun. I want it to be fun, but there's something bigger than that, too.
Well, I've got to say one of the things that looked very good from this side, and I may not have scored it perfectly, but I didn't have you down for an error today.
I don't think so. Maybe on an overthrow. That would be the only thing I would consider an overthrow and someone getting an extra base on an overthrow.
From the outfield,
yes,
and we had that one. Yeah, I would
that
I
would be
agree.
the only thing, and that's something we really try to hit hard on, too, is that, errors snowball. They tend to snowball. Yep. And, we'd rather them not be on our side because we don't want that snowball. We don't want the snow here. Right. But
the snow, nor the rain, nor the wind.
Yeah, and we picked a pretty day. It was awesome. But, trying to eliminate those by eliminating errors, by eliminating our strikeouts, I feel like we're doing a good job of dwindling those down more so, day by day.
Let's talk about Skylar Sunderland, who got her first win today and her first complete game. Tell me about her a little bit, please.
She's done a really good job. She's a freshman from Fayette. She just kind of gets in the circle and she's like, yeah, I'm good. Let's do it. And I kind of like that calm composure to it. But she also has that fight. She can swing it too. And she she had a couple hits there, or at least a hit today. And then she also had a bunt, a sack bunt, which was awesome too. Because I think that's big for us that everybody, is able to do that. But, yeah, she's done a really good job. She has a few different pitches that she throws, and, command's pretty good in there. She did get hit off a little bit, but our defense was solid, so she didn't have to worry about that. We want our defense to play.
Speaking of outstanding sacrifices, how about the one laid down by Endicott that allowed Thompson to go from first to third? I thought that was beautiful.
Insane. Yeah, absolutely. Is that capitalizing. Alex does a good job of it anyway. She recognizes sometimes where I think some of them kind of read my mind a little bit, and they're like, I want to do this. And they're kind of they kind of give me a little sign as to what they're thinking, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I want too. So let's do it. And sometimes they get it for me. I'm like, I think that's a great idea. If you know you can do it, I know you can, but if you know you can do it, let's do it.
Right.
But that was a great read on Alex, and Cora's quick. That's what's huge on that too, is the fact that she's so quick that when nobody's over there, then we're going to capitalize on that.
Plus, she hit a home run today.
She did hit a home run today. Bounced that one off the fence. Yeah, absolutely. She had a couple on the season so far.
How about Lisenby now? She throws a complete game, albeit a 5-inning game, but she was in control, 3 hits allowed.
Yes.
Is she one of the better pitchers in Region 16 at this point?
We haven't seen anybody else yet.
This is the
only one we've seen. So that's going to be hard to determine, but she holds her own. That's the thing. When she's in the circle, she makes things happen. She gets in there and she throws a ball and she lets her defense work. She doesn't stress too much, which I like too. She's pretty calm demeanored, but she's ready to compete. And again, she's like Skylar too. She can swing it in the box too. So it's nice to have her on both ends.
In 5 innings, she struck out 7, only walked 2.
Yeah, she had an awesome game. Yeah, she had an
Gotta like
awesome
that.
game, and she threw really well against them last year too, which was awesome to see. And we kind of utilized some of that stuff and what we used last year to help ourselves for this year, this season, this series.
So I want to ask these in backwards order. First of all, do you know off the top of your head when you go to West Plains?
It's like the second week of April, maybe
Coming
something
up
like that. Yeah, it's like a
month or
second
so.
week. Yeah, about a month away, probably.
And then who do you have next? What's next up for you guys?
So we actually go on the road tomorrow. We go to Neosho to play Neosho and Allen County. We were initially supposed to do Neosho on Monday, Allen County on Tuesday, but with having to move this game, it's just not feasible and makes no sense to play 6 games back to back to back and then have a day break and then go play Crowder, have a day break and then go play Crowder. So I think it'll be good for us, see some different competition, see some different pitching, and just, help us fine-tune up and be ready for Crowder on Thursday.
Well, thank goodness the schedule gets easier.
Yep.
Crowder and Neosho are pretty tough.
They are tough. They are going to be tough. All 3 of those programs are really tough, and it's neat because we're good friends with the Allen County coach and the Neosho coaches, and so it's cool to go and see them, compete against them, and, joke around too. But we're excited for this week, and, this was a good start to the week too, so hopefully we can just continue to capitalize on it.
Congratulations on the 2 wins and to get back to 500.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
Sarah Van Dyke here with us today. Thank you, Coach. We will let you go, and we're about ready to wrap it up here again. Let's do a quick summary here. The Pirates win 2 today, 9-4 in the first game over West Plains, and 10-0 in the second game. The Pirates get 10 runs, 8 hits in the second game. They had 12 hits in the first game and those 9 runs. Winning pitcher, first game, Skylar Sunderland. She is 1-3 on the year. In the second game, it is Emma Lisenby, who is 5-1 this season. I am Rick Cole. Thank you so much for joining us. We will do a quick turnaround and get ready for baseball tomorrow. 11:40 is our planned time for the pregame. Give us a minute or two either way, and we will be ready for baseball tomorrow. North Central against Iowa Central. First pitch at noon tomorrow. Until then, we say goodbye, and we say go Pirates.
Jolly Roger! Make sail, laddie! Walk out